Save me from the side of myself. I cannot look away. About to crash into my face. Just another day on the shelf. Pull me from my silhouette. Years have been astray. Now a broken shell remains. I cannot embrace what I regret. Round and round, around I go. The spin, it makes me ill.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Contender Grand Finals for the Counter-Strike Confederations Season 14. My name is Atrax. I'm joined by Nexus and T-Noodle tonight. We've got Cameron King on observation duty and Amaryllis doing all of the producing. Like I mentioned, it's the Grand Finals. H4K Salty Scripters versus the HEL Necromancers. Nexus, I'll start with you. How you doing tonight, and are you excited for this match?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good right now. Grand finals. I was very sad. I was not able to watch and produce or even observe the match last week, but um but yeah, I mean I'm glad we have this reschedule now. And honestly, I like the build up. The only stream that's going to be on tonight, everyone's going to be watching the game. The Hacker Haven. I mean, we saw their downfall in the elite, but they have had a pretty strong winning streak over in the elite. So I'm hoping to see them continue that streak on over here down in contender, and obviously Hell as well. A bit of the underdogs, I want to say, coming in as well. Just looking really good overall. I'm not going to talk too much about the stats at the moment. I'm going to give T-Noodle, excuse me, some time to introduce themselves and also ask some good questions to all of us around. Or excuse me, audio is going to be fixed in the moment here, but I guess that gives me the opportunity to nerd out for the salty scripters here. Now, you guys can all check out the website, and on the website here over at csconfederation.com. And just as I say that, we are going to be getting the map bans here, and Vertigo and Dust2 are immediately banned off the bat. But I want to talk about the map bans before we get into the stats at this point. Now, both teams have the exact same map pool: Ancient, Anubis, Dust2, Inferno, and Nuke. And H4K has been banning Vertigo pretty much every single match day as the first ban here. As we do see a ban, coming in. Necromancers picking up Nuke. They do have a 67% win rate on Nuke, but they have 3 games played, whereas the Hacker Haven have 1 game played and a 100% win rate. So not too surprising there. The Salty Scripters do pick up Ancient as well, another map that they have a 67% win rate on with only 6 games played as well. And Hell, 100% win rate with only 3 games played. T-Noodle, I believe we have your audio here. I've been lied to. T-Noodle cannot be heard. Yeah, RIP,
Well,
Atrax.
we tried. We're production's on it. They're working on getting T-Noodle in here. Oh,
we got it. We do have audio. Okay, so back to
go.
it. Back to it. Coming at you live. We got a nice grand finals match between Hell and H4K. These franchises have been here for a bit. They both won chips at some point, so it's really exciting. I got to play with Hell quite in 2 games this season. I think they got a real good amount of chemistry on that team. They definitely have their structure laid out. Real good, real clean pieces of utility. So I'm excited to see what they're doing on with Nuke, because yeah, they at the time that I was playing it with them, they weren't really touching it then. So it'll be very exciting for them.
We also see Inferno coming out as a ban. That's going to be Necro with the 5th ban. I want to mention, though, I asked both team captains, Nona and JPC, do you have any maps you're concerned about tonight? Both teams said that they're excited really to play any map except JPC said F Vertigo, and that's a quote. I'm not going to say the expanded version here on the stream, but that's a quote to be shared. And also Nona said that Vertigo is the perma ban. So both teams kind of not really fond of Vertigo. It's immediately eliminated. But we see Mirage, Salty Scripters, that's what they ban. And we're going to Anubis. So Nuke, Ancient, and Anubis are our maps for our grand final here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Atrax, is very interesting that these maps do come out here. H4K have a 40% win rate on Anubis, so letting them go to the decider is pretty huge overall. With Mirage being banned, obviously, both teams haven't really played Mirage, or at least they might have scrimmed it, but obviously not wanting to play a map that they have no experience on. But we are going to be keen to see, whether or not they have prepped anything for Mirage if it were to be on here. But like we said, it's Nuke, Ancient, and Anubis. I guess everyone calls these maps the Green Mirage, right? Ancient, for sure, as well as Anubis.
I'm happy for it. Ancient's my favorite map in the pool currently. Ooh, a little bit of mix up on the words there, but yeah, I love Ancient. I'm also excited actually really for Nuke, because it's, Ancient and Anubis are a little bit more puggy and kind of, that banging back and forth, this and that. But Nuke, a little bit more tactical. So we're going to be able to see kind of two different play styles in terms of maps. How do you think that that's going to, uh, how do you think it's going to like matter when we get to Anubis, which is, I wouldn't say that it's like tactical, but I wouldn't say it's like totally puggy either. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
do you
just
understand that question? Did I word that correctly?
you did word it correctly. Just had to get the gears going in my little noggin of mine. But yeah, I mean, Nuke is like you mentioned, Atrax, is that it's more tactical. Not very puggy as you mentioned. Like Ancient, Nuke requires a lot more teamwork and a lot of team coordination. And while you can have one superstar player really take over the map of Nuke and really set the pace for the game, it's very rare do you see anyone even in pro play where it's one player really setting the pace in a team organized environment. It's usually someone taking space, whether it be towards ramp, towards lobby, or towards outside, and really nailing that coffin down, really taking control of the map space and then moving elsewhere. You see a lot of times teams will take outside control, maybe send one player down towards secret, but then they'll hit towards upper, or maybe they will go for that ramp. It's very 50-50. And while some teams do have a tell and they have these conditions, more often than not, it's going to be, it's not always how the opening round has to be. Whereas Ancient, you see that house smoke, the red room smoke, anything, it's going to be just fast mid play, mainly towards A, just because it's a lot easier for Anubis as well. You see those B smokes coming in, more than likely it's going to be a B hit. Especially off the bat, depending on all these different variables, especially the economy there. But T Noodle, I know you said that you played with HEL over on Nuke. Did you notice anything, or are you hoping that they have implemented anything that you suggested?
No, so Nuke actually was not a map that they were playing at the time that I played with them. But I'm very interested to see how they play it. I mean, Sabrina they've been in a great IGL in this league for a long time. They've won a trophy before. I mean, they've always kept it a very structured system, and that's what I saw when they were playing in their team this season. It seemed like they were early on into the season. They were really just trying to hammer it in there, trying to make sure you were calling the util, not just the ones that you were throwing, but calling the util that the other team was throwing out there. So, I mean, that's great to drill into your team very early on. And as short of the seasons that these are, it's perfect for a league like CSC when you really have to get from just meeting each other to playoff formation in the matter of 5 weeks. It's a lot to put in, and their efforts have been really great there. But what's going to be huge tonight is seeing Scrooby and their star player, Opper, super aggressive Opper, as we've already talked about. It's going to be seeing how they decide to rotate around the map on CT side. Like how often are they going to be playing mid on Ancient, or are they going to be going B for picks? So I'm going to be expecting Scroobian to be moving around the map almost every single round, trying to look for picks. And what I was seeing when they were playing, people were just kind of cycling. So if Scroobian's moving from one spot to the other, someone would rotate and take up that spot, so they weren't really missing that much coverage on those micro rotations. So as long as they're communicating, they could look very strong tonight with this map pool.
Yeah, I mean, we met, like you said, Scroobian, kind of like the superstar player for the Necromancers here. But I'm curious, Sabrina, as you mentioned before, phenomenal in-game leader, has won the Challenger Championship back in Season 9, I believe. Let me just make sure I'm correct. Season 10 Challenger, excuse me. No, it's Season 9. I'm getting all my dates mixed up. But yeah, I mean, Scroobian obviously getting set up for success, but now let's take a look at the H4K side. Takaya, 1.25 rating, not the first entry, not the main person who's going to be taking all the space, but definitely one who can refrag and get these, impact frags as well as Nick H, the Opper, and Kluge as well. These players have pretty decently high rating, and they have some pretty good statistics. Oh my lord, statistics to go along with this as well. I'm going to stray away from Takai here because that's going to be the main point throughout the games here. But Kluge, second highest headshot percentage in the tier, and pretty evenly sided. There's not one side where Kluge is going to be just completely stand out. A 1.12 rating on T side and a 1.1 on the CT side. Opening duel percent success rate, I believe, is 57%, and going for at least 0.2 0.22 opening duel attempts per round. So obviously Cluj is going to be making that space for Takaya there as well as tossing some good flashes for the rest of the team as well. So obviously it's not just the Takaya show, it's Nick H and Cluj as well coming in here. Whereas for HEL, it seems to be that it's only Scroobian going for these hyper aggressive plays. And when Scroobian gets shut down, will the rest of the team going to be able to really, keep that pressure going, or will we see HEL kind of falter?
Yeah, I mean, looking at this team, when I was playing with HEL, I mean, they're not really standout players, but they've been consistent. You know they're going to be showing up. We've seen a couple pop out performances from Nona, from Lines, from Mishka. They can definitely hold their own. But yeah, if Cluj, Nick H, if they are showing up and showing out, it's going to be very tough for HEL to hold the line there. And I mean, it's the playoffs. It's completely different than the regular season. The regular season, you're just figuring things out. So you expect your star players to show up. You need your star players to show up. But what's important in these best of threes is trusting your teammates, and giving that faith to them, because they're the ones, like everyone, not just the star players, but the ones who've been at the bottom. They're the ones who need to show up. They're the ones who you need to motivate, and they're the ones who are going to have to really become that X factor in that game. That's going to kind of just change the pace for both these teams with scenarios that the other team won't expect.
And to your point, T-Noodle, this is the grand finals. This isn't just playoffs. This is it. This is the match. This is what you've been playing all season for. Both teams, right? Both teams have been playing hard to get here, trying their best, and now here we are. It's the final day. Everybody needs to show up, but also it does fall, of course, on the in-game leaders. Lamb calling for the H4K side, and I believe is it Nona for the HEL side?
It is going to be Sabrina.
Or is it
for
Sabrina? Okay, Sabrina for HEL, for the IGL. So it's going to also fall on them, especially on map 1. We're going to nuke. Some would say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the most tactically in-depth map I think we have in the pool, at least currently, that I'm aware of. So it's also going to fall on them because, you got to pull out all the stops. Everybody's got to be on top of it with the playbook. How do you think that which team do you think is favored in the I would say the tactics department? Of course, both teams have firepower, but can we maybe draft just a little bit of thought here? Who do you think will go into the tactics here on Nuke? Of course, it's HEL's map pick, but what are we thinking there?
I mean, I've been glazing a little bit of the Hacker Haven, the Salty script this year, but looking at these players, some of them are fairly new within CSC and have been in playoffs, but haven't really won a championship and haven't been in playoffs consistently across multiple seasons. Whereas Sabrina, the that in-game leader for the Necromancers, has won and has been in multiple playoff seasons as well as multiple grand finals, and has shown that they can absolutely just outbrain their opponent, and regardless of their rating, they can elevate their superstars up. We saw it again in season 9 with Kando and Sharp, I believe. They were just completely dominating on top on top of just having superior skill and mechanics. They had Sabrina elevating them up as well. So we have yet to see Lamb, who it's possible that they can absolutely just have Nick and Takaya and Cluj just completely mollywop the entire scene. But my faith is going to be more on Sabrina just because of the notoriety behind their name.
Yeah, to your point, I just want to say really quick, Sabrina won a CS2 LAN event, I've been told, by Nona. So even LAN experience, maybe fist bumps on LAN. Oh. But T-Noodle, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, you really touched on there. Sabrina's won before. Lines has won before. They do have the experience. Both these teams, from my understanding, have very in-depth team play. The trust is there. They have their sets. They have their defaults. They know what they need to do. But the thing is, in playoffs, grand finals, sometimes it's really just making sure you hit the simple things. When you're holding that bomb post-plant, making sure you're not taking an unnecessary 1v1, making sure you're keeping yourself in the right headspace, and then also you are going to make mistakes. Your teammates probably are going to make mistakes. It's not tilting, and it's not just not tilting, but it's making sure your teammate is not too down on themselves, because you need them to stay at a neutral level, not get too high, not get too low. I mean, that's the biggest thing in this league. It's and that's what we see in playoffs every single season. We very rarely see the number one seeded team just go out there and dominate in the playoffs. It's the ones who just know where they need to be and know where their mentality needs to be, and you just finding a way to survive that best of three.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like you're absolutely correct. That it really boils down to how the players react to a mistake that they made, and honestly, I think I've said this before many times on the cast. The true testament of an in-game leader is how they recover from a very serious loss. So if this first map goes the way of the H4K in a superior fashion, I have full faith that Sabrina will be able to, collect their troops back together and really focus up for that second map and then continue that snowball going forward. I can't really say the same for H4K. However, I think just off of mechanics alone, it's going to be a very heated battle. Very how do I say this? Very 1-for-1. It's not going to be just one player going to be having an absolute superstar game. It's going to be, someone going to be popping off, but it's always going to be the rest of the team really trying to make their way in as well. And if one were to falter, both teams are going to be able to really recover from that. And so, there's no real point of having a player who's a 1.4 rating but has never lost before. It's really hard. And as you mentioned, Tino, that we rarely see the number one team really win out the season in a dominant fashion, and it's mainly because they've never lost. So when they lose a map in a best of 3, it's really hard to recover from that, and they don't have that extra day to 2 days to recover for the next match day. This is it. Next map is coming in within 5 minutes, but I am getting told from production that we have at least 10 players in the server, so we should be heading in towards there soon.
Here we are. It's the pistol round of Nuke. Salty Scripters versus the Necromancers. This is the Necromancers pick. Gentlemen, take it away.
Alrighty, starting out this pistol round, Salty Scripters going to be starting off that CT side. Looking at a little bit of a slow default. Going to be coming out from the Necromancers. Thinking they're going to be looking towards ramp, but that bomb is moving towards A. I was a complete liar, and the A hit is on. A little bit of contact out there through vent. Nice little opening from Scroobrian, and there it goes. Some more damage onto the Heaven player. It's a 4v3 advantage for HEL, and they look to take this mini player out, and yeah, that's a good start to the round. 4v2 and the bomb going down.
Look at Sabrina here, though. Fast into Heaven and spots one from behind. Oh, going for the knife kill in the grand finals. Misses the first and does get it in the end. Oh my lord, Sakaya is going to be screaming after that one, and the body shooting as well. T-Noodle, what? What just happened?
Dude, I mean, they just played it right. I mean, they went out there, they won the duels. Unfortunately, the CTs were in a lot of spots where they were 1v1ing, and that Glock spam just coming out of A. It's just really hard to fight if you don't hit that first shot. And that knife, first round of the game, Sabrina, the IGL, the lowest rated player on HEL, getting that onto the star player of Hack, that's huge. If you're Hack, you really hoping you want to laugh about that, but man, the nerves are jittery. It's going to be a little rough on that.
Kills going to be coming in either way. Yeah, they're pushing to ramp. T-Noodle. They pick up 2 kills, though. Wait.
Yeah, that's not too bad of a start for an eco round here from Hack. You're really going to want to keep 3 alive if you're the Necromancers here.
Looks like that's what they're going to be doing here. They do take some dink damage overall. JBC on 1 HP, though, but it's a standard eco round for the Scripters. Just looking to buy up into this second round here. They're going to be having a bunch of rifles, a good amount of utility, hopefully, and they should, honestly, I'd invest in some head armor. They have a couple of Mac 10s. On Nona and Scrubbing as well. So helmets are going to be huge here. Yeah, we do see 4 players buy up here. Minimal utility, and I'm not seeing a kit. So I think they're going to be going for just an aggressive, hold down the site and not give it up, not really play for the retake. But I think it's always nice to have that little safety in their pockets, and they do end up picking up the kit there. That's JPC buying one. Smoke's going to be coming out, and the guns are going to be coming out now, T-Noodle. It's going to be long-range battles all throughout.
Yeah, and we're seeing a nice wall of smokes here coming in from HEL. Nick looking makes a play, getting a lot of bullets through the smoke onto one player. But he's actually making his way through garage here. Might find himself an opportunity. with all of that information. Caught out reloading. It's Scroobian opening up with a kill onto Lamb. That's a huge opener for them. And now we're seeing trades. One coming in through Secret, and Scroobian does go down outside. 4v3 utility, non-existent for the Salty Scripters.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of miscommunication there, knowing that they're going to be, those outside smokes are very indicative that they're going to be sending one down towards Secret, but there's always that possibility that someone can weasel in towards Garage. Mishka's making their way down towards Secret to towards single doors. You do see a pickup, another kill for there from the Necromancers. Door ramp is completely open. They're crunching onto the ramp side, and now it's left up to Nick, who's 1 HP, or excuse me, 2 HP, but it doesn't really matter. Going for the save, and T-Noodle, it's not looking good so far. It is only 3 rounds in. They have time to really recover and recuperate. They have these tactical timeouts to use, and I'm assuming they should be using one at this point to really kind of talk about what happened in this round, and to just make sure that the troops are communicating with each other, just so that a kill like that on towards Lamb, towards outside, doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where CS2 gets very, very rough on your economy. You lose the pistol round of CT side, you lose the first gun round. Unless you end up with a very dominant CT side, you're lucky to get maybe 3 buy rounds this half. Like 3 perfect buys this half. And yeah, and oh no, Sabrina goes down. At least it wasn't. Did they have a Mac 10? I think they still had a Mac 10.
I believe so. Yeah, there we go. We are going to be seeing the tactical timeout coming out from the Salty Script. There's really, once again, just trying to make sure that the troops are coming back together. Nick, with that hero rifle from the saved round before, should be coming up huger. It shouldn't be a full buy. It shouldn't be a full investment, even a forced buy. It should be a couple of upgraded pistols, maybe one person with upgraded half armor and half a pistol, just so that if Nick were to go down, they have someone with armor to really recover that. But also, Nick should be set up here with some flashes and some smokes just to really push that aggression, right? We mentioned that Scroobian is going to be an aggressive operator and a very, in-your-face kind of player. And so maybe the way to counter Scroobian is by having another aggressive player on your own here. But it's looking like it's going to be a full save from the Salty Scripters. Nothing really invested here besides a couple of pieces of utility. And Nick just still on that rifle. They're coming in.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to be kind of just floating around the map. Well, actually 4 are going to be looking to do that double nade outside. Mishka is going to be the one holding the line. Does spot 1 out. That should be a free kill for him. But he is with some support, seeing what he can find through the smoke. Does get 1 onto Heaven. Takaya gets 1, but immediately traded by Mishka. It's now just going to be a 2, now a 1v4 for the Salty Scripters.
Yeah, and that's that rifle completely taken out of the round here. Nick having no impact there whatsoever. Trying to go for a sneaky kill as Lamb does get taken out as well. Hiding in the corner of the double doors. And while it didn't really go the way of the H4K side, they still have more than enough to really buy into this. And here we go. Nick buying the offer for this CT side. A fairly standard opera, really not hyper aggressive, but is very reliable. Really setting up the teammates for their flashes, with the flashes, excuse me, and just really going for the trade kills and going for these opening picks. But how will they deal with Scroobian? Both of these operas have, their main weapon, but we know that Scroobian is a phenomenal opera coming in here. Nick going towards outside and holding the standard aim.
Yeah, this is a huge round for Hack, but Scroobian opening it up with a kill onto Lamb. He's starting this final off really good. This great play. We're really going to see Nick H come alive. This is very important for their economy. Every single round has been there's been like 3-4 people staying alive for the Necromancers, so their economy's flying. Well, Salty, they really need to win this round and win it with at least 3 people.
Yeah, Sponder's Law is going to be coming into effect there, keeping 3 alive. Their Kluge taking a lot of damage so far, down to 57 HP. But not a lot of space being taken from the Salty Scripters side. We do have Nick taking out Scroobian. That's the op 1v1 down, but they're going around towards Credit Card, passing each other. We do see JPC going to be peeking out of Heaven, but I believe that's Mishka making their way underneath towards Heaven. I believe they've crossed each other. Takaya here and Ramp, though, going to be having 3 players coming towards them. Excuse me, that's Mishka making towards Secret, and yep, that's Takaya taking down Kluge now on the rotate, and Ramp completely revoked.
Yeah, that's huge, and we'll see what HEL does do. They are going to be planting the bomb on B here. And that's an opportunity swinging out the door. Kluge with a huge kill on to Lines.
Yep. Mishka taking out JPC though, and it's a 2v3 with low HP onto Kluge, so essentially a 1v3. And Nick has to come up huge here. Bogdan's not going to be coming into effect here. Nick going to be trusting their weapon and trusting Kluge, but they're splitting up. I'm not really liking this play. You don't ever want to split up in a clutch situation, but they are now retreating a ground that could have been saved, but some good rotation, some good picks, and some good map control from the Necromancers on their map pick. Nick and Kluge going to be tucking their tails behind their legs and running away. Economy is once again not in favor of the Salty Scripters. T-Noodle, you did mention that, CS2, it's MR12 now. The economy is not in your favor, and when you're down in an 0-5 deficit, it's going to be really hard to even make it to a 6-6 half, let alone a 7-5 half if you were to go flawless here on out. It's looking like the Necromancers are going to be solidifying this lead even further. However, we do have Nick and Kluge still having some good weapons overall, and they're going to be buying into this now. So they're going to try to really win out this round, because if they lose this round, it's over. Their economy is going to be completely shot in the dark, and they're going to have to go for either another force or a save, and either way, it's not looking like good for the Salty Scripters.
And it's not good, and the Salty Scripters are not getting a lot of kills either right now. None of them are feeling set, and Scroobian opened up with another fast pick, and that's the Opper going down for the Hacker Haven. Scroobian, like we mentioned in the pregame, he's playing really aggressive. He's already into lobby here looking for a pick, and now his pick is going to be searching over towards B ramp.
Yeah, we do have Takaya here once again. Like I mentioned, Takaya, the higher rated player for the Salty Scripters. They're 1-5, but they haven't really been contesting ramp early on. As Takaya is really rotating around, a lot of space is going to be happening towards outside. That forces Takaya to move around. Lines picking up Blam towards outside as well. Outside control completely taken advantage of. And now this forces Takaya to really decide if they want to make a move. JPC does pick up that up from the body of their teammates of Nick H down towards CT, but Mishka's very happy with it. Yep.
Oh my god, though,
JPC
nice double kill from him and Takaya, making it work over on B ramp. It's taken out Scroobian. Now a 3v2 advantage for the Hacker Haven. Make it a 3v1. Suddenly, from the jaws of defeat, Salty Scripters found their way to hack themselves back into succeeding on this round.
Yeah, bomb loose though, and Sabrina has to really make sure what they do, but they spot a player there. That's Kluge taken out. Smoke fading at just the worst possible time. It's now 1v2. I've seen Sabrina win these before. They are definitely a very cerebral player, and that shot does give it away. Sabrina with the bomb now, making her way down towards lower the B bomb site coming in, and they're running away towards heaven.
They know they're going to have a 1v1 over on B over here as a worst case scenario, so very good opportunity for them. And we're actually seeing both the players from the Salty Scripters. They're going to be playing ramp together. And that sound cue is actually going to give Sabrina all the information he needs, but unable to finish the round. Takaya with a beautiful clutch gets the first on the board for the Hacker Haven. But man, this buy, you really want to celebrate, but this is going to be a tough pill to swallow when they go into this next round.
Yeah, winning is the silver lining coming into this next round, round 6. They do have enough to buy, but not comfortably. Takaya, can drop over that up and buy themselves a rifle as well there. However, just overall, not looking too good. The fact that it came down to 1v1 when you're down 0-5, now 1-5, it's still nice to have. It's something worth celebrating, but you need to keep this momentum going forward, and it has to be more convincing. It can't be always come down to the 1v1, because one round lost and your economy is completely reset, and you are going to be forced to save whatever it is that you can, just so that you can have a good buy coming into that round afterwards. Nice opening movement, We do see Nick back towards outside getting smoked off, and Scroobian gets smoked off from ramp as well. The aggression not looking to fruition. Oh my lord, Scroobian, I thought you were going to be shooting through that door. Perfectly placed cross your timing.
Yeah, that was almost a clip here in the grand finals for Contender. And we're looking at HEL playing another default here. They've been playing a lot of defaults, playing a lot of aggressive early on, and just kind of letting the picks go to them, working out the trades, working together, working that buddy system. Takaya making it work, but gets instantly traded by Lines.
Overall, JPC gets mollied out though, but look at Glam over here towards Secret. Gonna be peeking out there on towards Mishka, who's also low HP, and Lines making their way towards there. Yep, Lamb picking up Mishka outside. That's outside control now taken for the Salty Scripters, but they're going to be hitting this A bomb site, Team Noodle. They're setting up for the smokes. Yep, Nick H taking out
Map
Lions.
control.
Cluj taking out Sabrina.
Yeah, the map control is good there, but Scroobian now wasn't a 1v4. Now it's a 1v2. Now it's a 1v1. Scroobian looking to make a clip here tonight. He's trying to see what he can do, trying to play around that smoke, and he is unable to make that final kill. Cluj coming up huge, saving that round.
Yeah, I mean, that was a scary round for sure. And once again, Scroobian taking out 3 players of their own. Once again, Sponge's Law really coming into effect there. You never want to lose more than 2 players on your CT side just so that you can help build up that economy there. But one thing I never really touched upon, you know, in the pregame was the fact that Salty Scripters have a lot of players who have a lot of clutch ability throughout the entire season. A lot of them just are able to really win out these clutches when they're put into them, and that's another, you know, that's one thing that we saw already. Cluj and Takaya, but Scroobian with the AK onto Lamb on this A bomb site. Can he pick up the second? He cannot. Cluj with a quick trade, and now we're back down to slowing down.
Yeah, I don't know what Scroobian was doing there. He was just kind of out in the open, no support. They had the man advantage. All they had to do was just play trades and had a good chance of winning this round. But now Hacker Haven, they have a chance. It's a 4v4. They've been doing good in these mid-round situations. But they're really going to have to come alive here again. They're going to keep needing to win these rounds, and they need to win a round that isn't a clutch. They need their economy stabilized.
Yeah, they do. Lions with the MAC-10, though, as well as Sabrina. I believe they were trying to go for a fast A play. I believe that's why Scroobian was out there towards the A bomb site all alone. Maybe the spacing just wasn't there. Maybe a molly separated them, and Scroobian just decided, I'm already out here. Time to see what I can do here. But they're going for a fast ramp play. Never mind, they changed their mind. It's now an aggressive A hit still, and they're coming out now. Cluj come up huge here, but gets immediately taken out by Mishka.
Big play there. Big opening by Mishka, but JPC and Nick H coming up huge, and now it's just a 2v3, and Nona having to do a lot of work, but Nick H through the smoke, through the head of Sabrina, and Nona just in the back of the site does get taken down, and 3 alive, 3 up on the board. Salty Scripters are climbing back in this one.
Yeah, and they kept 3 alive there, which is good. It's a start. They needed these rounds need to be more convincing, and it need to be just like that. You need to take space. Takaya understanding why the Necromancers were falling off of ramp after the initial contact, and although it was a more methodical and planned out re-aggression from Takaya, it ended up working out in the end and was the reason why they were able to just encroach and then encroach, it's not even a word, enclose that player over towards the A bomb site. But now the Necromancers are left down to pistols, and they're going to be throwing a lot of detail towards A.
Yeah, but they're jumping off this marshmallow. They're playing super aggressive, trying to get close up with those pistols. Lamb with a good opening on to Scroobian, but the op missed the first shot, connects on the second, and now he's looking for something through the smoke. And yeah, JPC just clean it up. I expect JPC to connect on this third, but Cluj gets shot in the back, but JPC finishes it up. 3 alive, that's all you need. And it's 5-4.
Yeah, rounds are not going to be close to even now. Once again, only losing 2 players there, so the rest of the players can really drop over a gun to really keep this economy alive. And Lamb, oh, excuse me there. I saw Lamb buy that from Moss, and I was, kind of confused. You have your teammates who are able to drop you, but there we go. A couple of guns being dropped over towards every single player. They all have the guns that they want. A couple AKs, 2 M4 A1Ss, and Nick H on that op. It's been looking really good so far for both teams. A bit of a, recovery there from the Salty Scripters, and a bit of a slowdown from the Necromancers, as Scroobian is still outside here and picks up that kill.
Yeah, Scroobian has just been coming alive with that op this game. 13-7. And this is the 10th round of the game.
As well there towards that A bomb site. And yep, the A bomb site has been completely overrun. JPC with a quick kill onto Nono, a double kill onto Mishka, actually, excuse me. But the bomb is now dropped on the site, and they have to recover and plan together. But JPC picking up another kill onto Scrubbian, but gets quickly taken out as well. The quick trades coming in. It's now down to a 2v1. Takaya picking up Sabrina. Lions with just the Tech 9, no armor though. Slowly making their way around here. Scott's out in the open, but Takaya there nonetheless. Lamping up that AWP coming into this next round, and now we're tied, 5-5. What I thought was a damn near impossible flawless comeback is starting to happen before my very eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much did exactly what needed to happen. Their economy was horrible this whole comeback because of how it started, but they kept clutching the rounds, and it wasn't easy, but they kept just locking in those moments, in those 4v4s, and those 3v3s, and those 1v1s, and they were closing out the rounds. 5-5 now. Still a good half for HEL, but that confidence definitely has to be fading here, especially when Nick H takes your star player and Scroobian down right at the beginning of this round. But Mishka trying to do a little bit fighting back here. However, JPC tears down lines on the other side of the map.
That's a fat nade as well onto the rest of the players coming in here. Some good utility being thrown out from the Salty Scripters. Now, once again, really mentioning out the stats, Sabrina has, I think, is the #1 in utility damage per utility thrown based off of analytic kill. Takai is here in ramp. We saw how many times they've gotten a multi-kill within this position here, but can they handle Mishka? Nona gets taken out by JPC, and Sabrina gets a refrag as Takai does pick up Mishka. Now it's up to Sabrina left alone here in lobby. Spots the head. Goes for the spray down. JPC ends up picking up the kill now, a triple kill from the player of JPC. Had to hit him up now, taking the lead 6-5, and now the Necromancers take a tactical timeout. One that I believe should have been used a little bit earlier to really stop this comeback from happening. But nonetheless, it's better now that they use it at the end of the half rather than never at all. But yeah, 6-5 T-Noodle. It could be 7-5 half, and I could be completely starstruck from that happening. Now at this point, the economy doesn't matter as long as you win the round here. So Salty Scripters, if they win out convincingly or not, it's going to be good regardless of how it goes down.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the moment where we're looking at JPC. We've been seeing him really come alive, playing that heaven, that hell position, just tearing it up on both positions, whether it's supporting ramp or just supporting outside, supporting A. They've just been tearing it up this game. They're at a sin at 130 ADR, 13-10. They're 13-8. They're absolutely cooking. And JPC was one of the lower rated players on the Hacker Haven. It's just what we said. We need the X factors coming up from the rest of the team here. And JPC showing that he is ready for the moment. He is ready for the lights.
Yeah, Scroobian have just the scout though, which can do some good damage against Nick's op there, but all it takes is one shot from Nick to land for the kill to really come into fruition there. Both shots being missed out though, outside being for the Necromancers now.
Well, they're into garage. Nick H gonna have something in his behind right now, but Nick H and JPC coming up absolutely huge, but Scroobian trying to be really aggressive with that scout, looking for a head, but Nick H finds a head onto Sabrina. I think we caught them in a little staring contest for a moment, and finishing up the round, a 7-5. Salty Scripters coming back from 0-5 to 7-5, tearing up the end of that first half.
Yeah, I really want to point out though, Nick H really coming into their element here towards outside, not really hyper aggressive as we mentioned, the complete opposite of Scroobian, but really reliable, right? Getting these opening picks, getting the trade frags, really position themselves so that they aren't easily tradable, and working with their teammate being JPC, who JPC, by the way, having a phenomenal game as well. I never really touched upon JPC throughout the pregame, but a 0.9 rating roughly around that area, 0.98. So not the best in terms of rating, but I think in the grand finals, when you're performing this well and really giving your team this lead, it's looking good so far here. But now this is where the big boys come to play. I do believe most of the Salty Scripters are a T-sided team, so Takaya, Kluge, and Nick going to be, really the real heavy hitters coming into this half here, hoping to solidify this lead even further. JPC going very fast into the bomb site.
Oh. Wasn't sure if he wanted to commit on this A-take, but opening up with 2 kills, he's committing to the win here, committing to the entries, and takes out 2. And now he's looking for a head shot onto the Heaven player. Bomb down. This 3v5 retake is going to be very tough for the Necromancers to make anything happen. They look completely shut out of this bomb site. Oh, nice little dink. Sabrina having a tough time. And that's 0 people dying. Salty Scripters, just 8 rounds in the row.
Yeah, and there was convincingly Scrubbian going to be taking a technical timeout, I believe. Has to, accidental disconnect. And I do apologize for the background noise. Everyone decides that at 9:40 in the nighttime, they're gonna have a party, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this is what the Salty Scripters, or at least what the Necromancers, should have been doing on their T side. taking aggressive map control and not really letting the Salty Scripters get any kills of their own. The Salty Scripters played it perfectly. The aggression, the headshots being hit, and the teamwork coming in here. A bit of a team flash coming in onto JPC as the site was already entered, but nonetheless, the thought was there, and ultimately, it's the thought that counts. But the tactical timeout is going to be taken out now, completely back into the game, back into the action. Salty Scripters 8 in a row, T-Noodle. I know you mentioned it, but it still baffles me. That's completely insane. Down in 0-5, this is going to be a storyline to remember if the Salty Scripters were to win out this grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, this is what the finals are all about. It's about the moments. It's about the teammates. It's about the teammates in those moments. And JPC, bottom-rated player in the season for them. But I bet they don't feel like that. They know everyone on their team can show up on any day, but that smoke actually is not going to show up in the right spot. But it's okay. They're making it happen. The bomb is down.
It's completely down to the B bomb side. We have a bunch of Mac 10s coming in here. Land onto Sabrina. It's going to be a very fast play. Very quick kills coming in here. We shouldn't see any kills coming in for the Necromancers, but we do see one onto JPC being overran there. But I really want to take point of the opening play there. We saw the Necromancers coming outside all together, and we saw the Salty Scripters coming in towards lobby. So just the complete yin and yang there. A lot of damage being given out, but now it's all up to Mishka here. And trying to say that Mac 10 doesn't happen. I'm not the biggest fan of buying all Mac 10s. There's going to be a point where you're going to be taking a long range engagement, but the plan was more definitely going to be a ramp play. So a Galil, while should have been better overall, might not have worked well with the plan. So I can understand why going with the full Mac 10 buy was what they decided on. But ideally, you'd like to see a Galil somewhere in the mix, just so that you have more long range and a bonus round coming into this next round. We do have lines without head armor, so that could be one free kill with the Galil.
Yeah, and Lamb was actually quite a bit of a freak last round, opening it with a solid entry on a USP. But actually, we're seeing more entries coming up from Kluge and Takaya. Off the bonus, off the Mac 10s. That's a double kill for them. And yeah, hell, they're completely shut out of this bomb site, and they should probably talk about saving here. I don't really see a win condition here, but Sabrina trying to make one of his own, bringing back the USP or the ump from 2016, and Sabrina with another kill with that AK. But Trade just going back and forth. I don't know how they're making this happen, but now it's Takaya and Nick H going against Sabrina with this AK-47. Bomb is running low, gets one, but unable to connect on the last. Nick H closes out the round. It's 10-5 for the Salty Scripters. Only one alive, but hell, that's a bonus round. That's a win, and you're feeling real good about that one.
Yeah, the bonus round is one of the most important rounds here within CS2, especially if you're on the CT side. B side, not so much. I know they nerfed the bomb plant money after it explodes, but I think that still boosts the T-side economy a lot better there. So as long as you keep these rounds going in, whether they have one player alive or all 5 players alive, the economy is still going to be looking good because of that extra bomb plant money. Necromancers now down to a save. They should be going together. Nick H picking up lines, but we have Takaya holding the back, knowing that it's going to be a lobby crunch. And they do pick up the first, and they do pick up the second as well. So quick kills coming in from the Salty Scripters. It's now 10-5. They're a couple of rounds away from solidifying match point and taking away a map off of the Necromancers.
Yeah, and what's really going to be tough here after... Oh my god! I was not expecting that kill, but what's really tough going to be here for HEL is next round's not even going to be a perfect buy. They're going to have to sacrifice a little bit on utility or guns, defuse kits, anything like that. And it's 11-5. You're going to have to do that. And actually, as I said that, I was completely wrong. I misread the economy. But hey, we're going to have one gun round. And this is going to be the most important gun round for HEL.
Yeah. Absolutely. If they were to lose this round, it gives the Salty Scripters match point, and it forces the Necromancers to really put all whatever money they have left over into that following round to prevent the Salty Scripters from winning out the map. And so it really boils down to how the Necromancers can really put Scroobian into a power position there. 13-14 now, was 13-7 early on, but hasn't had a lot of impact. But now the CT side should be going absolutely crazy here. JPC towards top of Marshmallow.
Opportunity, that leg spotted JPC just smelling the blood from HEL right now, but not overextending. But Scroobian wants to activate now, gets one shot through the smoke, Probably was just through the top, right through the side. Looking to see if they can find anything else. Scroobian absolutely, like you said, needs to come alive. Hasn't gotten a kill in quite some time.
Yeah, but Nick H in the vents, really trying to cut off this rotation. Oh, but the head should have been spotted, looking the wrong way, and comes out there. That's Scroobian and Lions coming into their element now as well. Lions going to be going for a little bit of re-aggression, but doesn't spot anyone. Bomb is down towards lower, though. And I believe the Salty Scripters might have just misplayed this. Everyone's all over the place, no real plan of attack, no one really swinging with each other. It doesn't look good so far, but they can definitely recover this, and Kataya spots one and falls back. That's Bomb going to be spotted, I believe. No, excuse me, that's on Cluj, who's coming in from secret and picks up the kill onto Mishka, but now down to the 1v4. It needs to be an ace clutch from Cluj, and not likely.
Not likely, and that's 4 alive for the Necromancers. If they wanted to make this comeback possible, it is keeping bodies alive, making sure you could buy every round. And as you touched on it, Salty Scripters definitely misplayed there. We saw them take a lot of 1v1s, and the Withers, they've been winning a lot of the times here. It's not really necessary for you to take that many 1v1s. And that really was what lost them the round there.
Yeah, I mean, when you're taking that much space, you never really want to go out with no reason, especially if you're coming into this A bomb site from vents. You don't want to have to clear out left side of vents as well as do a complete 180 to clear out, you know, CT or anyone who's peeking from site, from floor. You want to have your teammate who's in squeaky, as we saw before, really help clear that out for you and not have you do it all to yourself there. But regardless, still looking good so far here. They are still up now. They were on an 11 round win streak, so I don't think they're too upset about that one loss. But it would have been a huge one to win.
Yeah, but oh my goodness, that is going to be a very tough start there for Scroobian. They're feeling a little bit good after last round, but not feeling good anymore. However, Sabrina with a double kill and some trade over there coming up from Mishka, but Lamb making some trading of his own. And now very quickly, only 20 seconds into this round, we do have a 2v2 scenario. Bomb on ramp and one player in lobby. And the Necromancers, they're kind of all spread around over here. And yeah, this information here from Nick H coming on to the A bomb site there, that's going to be huge. They're going to be bringing the bomb there. We're likely going to be watching a 2v2 retake.
Good spot in here from the team, from the Salty Scripters here. They're going to be tossing out utility to make sure no one is within these ratty angles, but the bomb is going to be going down now. The Necromancers have time to regroup, so maybe spend a little bit less time trying to toss a perfect molly towards heaven, or just watch each other's backs, get that bomb plant down, because the timer, while it's only 45 seconds long, really only feels like 5 if you're in an intense situation like this. And now going to be talking into the T vent, excuse me. Now here coming out from vents, gets quickly taken out there. Lines out, shooting out there. I did mention that you don't want to have to clear out multiple angles at once, but if you just pop out like that, it doesn't matter. The clutch now picks up the first one onto the bomb, timing it, but doesn't know when it's timing out.
That reload is going to be huge, and that bomb should be getting defused, and they win the round. Hell off the ninja defuse. Nona keeps it alive for Hell. It's 7-11, and oh my god, with the kill at the end of that round, that is absolutely big. And Salty Scripters are going to have to figure out if they want to commit on this round, and I think they might want to.
Yeah, I mean, even if it isn't just full rifles, definitely, Tech 9s and half armor with a bunch of flashes can help really take over that A bomb site. I know back when I was a player, back a couple of seasons ago, we had a strategy called Complexity, where it was the exact same scenario as the Complexity Hut Rush, and that's what it is here. But they're going to be going towards ramp there, sprinting up, falling in, and going to be falling down. Picks up 3 kills, and Nick H low as well as Mishka picking up 2 of their own. That ramp hit not succeeding, and their economy is now being flourished. Sabrina with another highlight play to add to their already long list of prizes and awards within CSC here. It's 11-8 now. It's still an advantage. That's not a debatable fact. The Necromancers are making a comeback, and they're making it look convincingly.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy with how that ramp rush was turning out. I thought Sabrina was going to be caught out a little bit late on that molly, and I thought they were only going to be able to get one there. But the support and drawing the attention from Hell, it was a good move by them. Sabrina able to come up huge. But now 8-11, game is getting very close, and Scroobian through the smoke. Another one through the edge of the smoke. It's 2 kills for Scroobian. He's coming absolutely alive. He's looking for the third. He's hungry, and he gets it onto Nick H.
Absolutely masterclass succession there by Scroobian. 3 quick kills through the smokes. Very flashy, very, snappy, do I say. Just, quick flicks. It's just absolutely insane. And, it looks just as hard as it does in-game as well. So I know Scroobian just has a really mechanical skill, reaction time, everything going for them. He's coming into this knowing that their backs are against the wall, needing to really push their team further away. It's going to be the Scroobian show. If not, Necromancers are going to be losing here. But Sabrina in towards ramp. And we do have another player towards. Yep, that's Mishka taking out Takaya as well.
And that's beautiful. 5 people alive. I mean, Scroobian just absolutely just being a damn hero outside, taking those 3 players out. But even in the final 2 off that molly, off that support, this is what I'm talking about. This is what this team has been doing all season. They've just been trusting each other. Whenever someone's in a rough spot, someone is there to just dig themselves out of it. So they tried keeping the level head. They lost 11 rounds in a row, or I believe it was, starting 5-0, and now it's 9-11. It's a great game. You force H4K onto a save. They should be winning this, hopefully with at least 4 alive here. And this game is getting very close.
Very heated as well. With the bomb, the molly prevents that hut rush from really coming into fruition there, as the rest of the Necromancers really solidify that hold. All up to Nick H, who's being closed on now. Every which way, just they're relentless.
Scroobian's being a freak. We just running in there with the off.
I mean, they're with the knife as well. I think trying to go for another knife kill. Just really trying to rub salt into the wounds there. But 10-11 now. Salty Scripters can't really play for the economy anymore. They have to play for pure tactics and pure mechanical skill within these next couple of rounds if they want to win it out. The Necromancers have a bunch of money built up from keeping all their players alive and having these good rounds to win out. So it's not going to be pure tactics, pure skill, and none of the luck involved with economy really.
Yeah, we need Scroobian. If HEL really wants to get this round, they're going to need to get a pick early somewhere, I feel. Seeing a little bit of aggression outside. Nick H does take a little bit of damage. And yeah, just a little bit calmed down here in the early parts of this round.
Yeah, really taking it slow. Neither of these teams really want to just jump the gun and give up their life for absolutely no reason. They want to have a plan behind it. Takai taking out Scroobian. 2 heavy hitters on both these teams dueling it out, but Scroobian ends up taking the loss there.
What was Scroobian doing? And actually, he's been killing it playing aggressive. He shouldn't have been in there, but maybe he should have because he's been playing aggressive. He's playing good. But this round does not work out for him. And speaking of not working out, Lines gets torn up in mini, and Nick H takes out Sabrina. Likely going to be on match point.
Towards Nona, who has 2 kills, almost a third onto JPC, and all up to Mishka now. A good, solid player coming into this round here. And it's going to be looking like match point for the Salty Scripters unless Mishka can absolutely dominate. But there's a very fast flank coming up behind him, and they're unaware that's Lamb. And now 12. It's match point for the Salty Scripters, T-Noodle.
Yeah, match point, good round. Scroobian wanted to go ridiculously aggressive, went into Squeaky very early into this round and gets taken out immediately. That really put HEL into a rough spot there. That's your win condition, and certainly that round that was the lose condition. They have the money, so kits all around, util all around, up on the board. It's still very possible for HEL to fight back in this, but H4K wants to send this to map 2 right away. Lamb going aggressive, looking at the top of this smoke, seeing that there's no real contact on the outside here. But he does go blind. That information is big.
Yeah, another flash really deter them from going for that over-aggressing peak there. And it's a bit of a standstill, but it's completely taken out there as well from Sabrina towards outside, I believe.
Yeah, and that was the major outside presence from the Salty Scripters there. And they're really gonna need that. Sabrina, they just got the pick outside, and now they've found their way into just jump spotting over into secret. So just playing around the map, moving around.
Eating that nade backs up into it though. Down to 81 HP, enough for a ding, but Scorpion taking out Nick H. Once again, Battle of the Opera really coming out there. Scorpion taking that W there. Spots the head. That's Sakai taking out the aggressive player. Not the first entry, but picks up the refrag as well. Through the smoke, it's taken out there. Nona onto Sakai through the smoke. JPC left in a 1v2 now. But low HP, Nona in the smoke, and JPC into the smoke. This doesn't matter. A very close kill coming out from JPC there, but it's now 11-12. The final round, all 24 rounds that are going to be played out here, Team Noodle. And are we going to see overtime?
Oh man, I have no idea here. They both these teams have just been trading punches here, but I'd say it's very possible with how this game's going. It's in sniffing range. I can just feel this game. This is a grand finals that you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, once again, battle of the tactics. It's a battle of the tilt. Some of these players died in ways that would absolutely, tilt other players. Just, even if it's a missed shot of just a missed spray control, something's gonna be bound to upset you. But if you're in the grand finals, your mental has to be strong, and you cannot be blaming your teammates. You can't let these small mistakes really get to your head. It's a new round. You gotta keep moving forward, and he spots the head there, and he goes for the spray.
Wants to finish that kill, but Scroobian gets it. But the play is actually towards ramp. Sabrina in a little bit of an off angle. Does get the one, and he's doing a lot of damage in the meantime. That's two, and only 6 HP. Nick H in a 1v4. It's next to impossible. I think we're going to see overtime here, folks.
JD's in Nettleman. It's looking like overtime here for the Necromancers. Really trying to come out there. A good, solid comeback from both of these teams coming out here. Sabrina just been dominating over here for this ramp. They have just been, multi-kills after multi-kills. Really, when the team needed them to step up, they did. The IGL, 20-15, pulling their own weight and then some alongside Scroobian and Mishka as well there. I did mention it was a Scroobian show, but it looks like Mishka has come into their own fruition. And as you said it, T-Noodle, these players are reliable. They've been in these situations before. They've been in playoffs before. And I think it really boils down to just how much they really trust in their teammate. And as you mentioned, T-Noodle, Sabrina has a very solid system, very organized system that depends on trust and depends on their tactics that they practice on within scrims and their practice days. So now we are here in overtime, and economy not that big of a factor coming into these next few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, you just got to keep your head on straight. It's really rough losing that many rounds, especially after the comeback you made for Hacker Haven. But hey, it's a new game, first of 4 here. Both these teams, they just need to make it happen. And that smoke, a little bit far there. I don't know if they're going to be expecting that guy in the back of the garage here. A little bit of a one and done position here, but I think he might be deep enough just to be a little bit weird enough to trade this round to make it different and just keeping it fresh, playing new spots. Nona with that opener.
Who's taking a bit of damage there, but Nick does
Oh, that nade.
Yup, fat nade onto Nona, but lines in towards the A bomb site. Quick headshot onto Clues, taking them out as well. Mini smoke coming in here, blocking out their teammate, but we do have 2 players on the site here. 3, I believe, actually, excuse me. So this A bomb site completely locked down, but the bombs are rotating towards outside, I believe. They're hoping to go down towards B. Look at all this space coming in. They're going to be grouping up together to ensure that no one takes a 1v1.
Yeah, and I think HEL is okay with this here. They know the 4v3 advantage, so they're kind of just playing into this retake a little bit. But Scroobian somehow loses a lot of HP. That's going to be tough for them on the retake.
Well,
But he's going to shut down the decon, and now it's going to be 4v2. They just need to play this together. But Nick H opening it up with a kill onto Lamb, and now looking for a knife kill. I don't know what he's doing there, but he does eventually trade it out. And that bomb, it's being stuck, but Takaya goes down in the meantime. It's 13-12. The Necromancers finally, for the first time since round number 10, on top of this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a really good play there by the Necromancers, really grouping together and, clawing together. But the Hacker Haven, that aggressive decon push solo, was kind of unnecessary. You don't really want to take up that space if you don't have a player with you, either flashing you in or going there with you to peek in. Just having that space for the decon door is more than enough to help your teammates solidify the rest of the map control. You saw Takai having to watch multiple angles, decon, so, you know, just staying alive is more important. Bit of an HE missed there, but Scroobian does take a win outside and falling back off. Obviously going for the reposition towards Mini. Yes, Takaya gets taken out as well. And the Salty Scripters are now down to a 3v5.
Yeah, really good kills over there. And Scroobian gets another kill into this round, just showing up and showing out. Nick H finally shutting him down, but eats that flash right after that. This is just a great round for them Necromancers. And yeah, they're really hoping to close this out here. They want to. Really a good chance of getting two here. Mishka at the top turns at the wrong moment, but does get the final kill. 14-12. The Necromancers feeling themselves, and they're on top by 2.
Yeah, they're really making you know, the Salty Scripters work for it. They're 1 round away from solidifying match point coming in here, and yeah, Scroobian, the aggression non-stop, really, you know, a bit overheating towards the end there as Nick H was able to get the trade, but nonetheless that space, that aggression, that confidence to really push that far deep in, knowing that you picked up a couple of kills on your own, is dramatic. And they're 25-18 now, but we did say that they slowed down, but they're starting to ramp it back up again. And the fast 8-play lines is coming in here with the smoke. Excuse me, a lot of noise being made up though. But Scroobian taking out JPC as well, just an absolute thorn in the side of the hacker.
Oh, this is huge. They lined up a lot towards ramp early on, and Sabrina actually did rotate to HEL, kind of ready for that play there. But yeah, now it's kind of just stalled out. This is looking really rough right now for the Salty Scripters.
Yeah, rough indeed. And Scroobian with the only kill in the round so far, with 1 minute 10 seconds left on the clock. And they're all grouped up towards lobby. A lot of no outside presence really for the Salty Scripters side. So it's looking like they're gonna want to end it with an A hit. Nick Gage trying to just bait some shots out, make it, you know, just make presence known. But they do have the bomb, so they shouldn't be this far deep into ramp unless they're gonna be going together as a group there. Seconds are gonna be counting down now. Scroobian onto Lamb as well. They're just not stopping. Scroobian is consistently picking up these kills.
Yeah, Scroobian went from 13 to like 7 to 13 and 14, and now 27 and 18. He is just on a roller coaster this game, but that roller coaster seems like a lot of fun if you're on the side of HEL. But Nick H does get an opener, and Takaya gets a trade after Kluge goes down, but Scroobian making his name known once again. It's a 3v1 advantage, and it's surely going to be a 15th on the board for the Necromancers. And he's shut down. Just need 1 on the T side, and map 2 could be coming to us very shortly.
Yeah, we did see that the Necromancers were 5-0 in that first half there, but it was off the back of winning pistol round and the subsequent rounds afterwards. So when it comes down to guns, the Salty Scripters just had their number more consistently often than not. But also want to point, Nick H had the bomb, but went for an aggressive fight onto Scroobian towards HEL. I think you just go down towards the bomb timer with the bomb and play the bomb timer, regardless if you guys play, if both of you guys are low. You have the bomb timer to work with alongside you. You have the ability to reposition and force them to really think about where you're going to be playing out and have to waste utility at random corners that you should be playing, right? So it really boils down to that mind game of, should I be pushing, should I not be pushing? And obviously it costed them that round there. A definitely winnable round, but still difficult.
Certainly difficult. Sabrina playing very aggressive, and they're going to be shutting out Mini very early. However, they're just really conditioning the Salty Scripters here. And I think the play, he's actually dropping down the vent. I don't think they're ready for this.
Yeah, just a cerebral mind of Sabrina going for this aggressive
This is
play.
crazy how much noise that Sabrina has made there. That's so much information that is going to be pulling micro rotations, and Scroobian gets a kill, and Nona another kill, and Sabrina does get a third after being a little freak they are, gets that kill, and it's going to be 5v2 advantage. Necromancers certainly have this one. They're going to be feeling it. This is after being up 5-0, being down 11-5. They got to be feeling great and feeling alive, sending it to map 2.
Yeah, being up 1-0 here after, the Salt Skippers had a really good comeback, rubbing salt into the wound. Now that's Nick get chicken out by Mishka. Now Kluge has to come up huge. I did mention that the Hacker Haven has a lot of clutch ability, but it's not going to work out here. The Necromancers just having their number and doing absolutely good work over here on this first map, denying the comeback. And we're going to be heading to a break soon, but, I mean, it's a well-needed break for the Hacker Haven. The highs of making that comeback, winning 11 rounds in a row, to the lows of heading down to overtime and losing flawlessly, essentially. Not winning a single round in overtime, losing out, it's not a good feeling. But we always have map 2, and once again, it's about the mental game. Can you recover to that second map?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Hacker Haven, it's not your map pick. You wanted that. You were up 11-5, and then you lose 16-12. That sucks. That's awful. You hate that. No one wants to be part of it. But it's not your map. You move on. You stand up. You take a walk. You pet your dog. You pet your cat. You pet your pet vacuum. I don't know. You just need to get up, get a glass of water, chill out for a little bit, and just go in for map 2. You don't know, we don't know how comfortable we're at the map. We don't know how it's going. They just need to go in, walk in, and trust each other to make it happen. Because while they did lose after being 11-5, they also had some really great moments on the other team's map pick. So now going into your map pick, you got to be feeling like it's your time to make some moments happen.
And that second map pick is going to be Ancient. So a little bit different type of map. Not nuke. You don't have to get super tactical. All of that good stuff. You can just, my favorite strat, just bang it out mid, get a couple of headshots, throw some flashbangs, throw some smokes, throw some Molotovs, all of that good stuff. We'll have to see what H4K does. Can they bounce themselves back after getting nothing done in overtime? Like you mentioned, though, gentlemen, 11 rounds in between 7 on the CT side, and then another 5 there, or no, 4 there on the T side, but then HEL scoring 5 back. We're going to Ancient in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's Contender Finals. Salty Scripters versus the Necromancers. We're already in the pistol round.
Oh my God.
2 versus 2. No, 2 versus 3. It's already over. Necromancers with the pistol round here on Ancient. Welcome back, everyone.
That was just bananas. I mean, I was not expecting. I mean, when I was playing, I was always taking like a cool 15-minute break in between. You know, just get up and take a little breather. But these guys are ready to play, and it's 1-0 on the board. Necromancers carrying that momentum from the previous game.
Yeah, and this might come to bite the Salty Scripters right in the rear. I mean, you need that time to really just calm down from that last game, not talk about it, not really try to blame anyone, but just to come back to reality. We lost that round, or not even we lost, but just new game, new map, new match.
And Lamb
being
getting that
that
nice
quick.
kill.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Mac 10, so you know, farm up some money if they were to get the kill, but they do. Wait a minute.
Yeah, this is
Wait
going
a
to get
gosh darn
very
second.
interesting. This nade has very good potential.
Oh,
and
wait.
the nade gets the kill onto Sabrina. This flank is going to have to come a lot quicker than that. They're already tapping the bomb. They're making it happen. And that's another kill. Scroobian trying to swim, but he is too far gone. He's stuck in cave, but does get 2. Eventually going down. And that's going to be the round.
They won the round with just pistols. I mean, it's heard of for sure, but I think to win it like that is, I don't know, I'm just completely at a loss of words there. I mean, the Necromancers really had it going for them, losing a couple players towards middle, but completely leaving the bomb unaccompanied is not really the play. You know they're on pistols. You know they're going to be as a group. You don't really suspect someone to be on the outside going for a lurk play with just a USPS. You expect them to be going for a ninja defuse there, and that would have happened had they had a kip of Nick 8 onto Scroobian. The Battle of the Operas has come out in favor of the Salty Scripters, but Mac 10 kill onto Takaya towards Cave, and a secondary kill coming in on towards JPC, but not really finishing the kill there. Yep, speed bumps are completely lost, and they're going to have a repeat, I believe, of the last round. And Nick H going to have to clear all these corners correctly, but no head armor to the left side.
Yeah, big kill right there, but it's a 3v3. These rounds have just been bouncing back and forth. The timer of that bomb ticking down, and all 3 players from the Salty Scripters are going to be coming from CT here. They do smoke off Cave, which will force an isolation, but Mishka getting a nice kill on a JPC, followed by Lines, and it's just going to be a fully reset economy if HEL can win this round, if they can close it out. And they're just playing good crossfires, finally playing it right, 2-1, and the Salty Scripters, their money is not too... How does JPC have $6,000?
I believe JPC carried on that Mac 10 from that last round, but it's definitely a tough call to make. Do you really save that Mac 10, or do you upgrade it?
You have 3 players that are going to be on a double save. This is really, really awkward monetarily for them. They just went up with a Hero M4 onto JPC.
Oh, they ended up sending it back there. I believe they're trying to. This is where you take that tactical timeout as early as it is. If you have such a weird economy like this one, for sure, you definitely take that tactical timeout to really talk it out. Like, hey, this is what we can do. This is what we should do, or this is what I think they're gonna be doing here. But look at this fast aggression. I know you're gonna point that out. Just really fast at this A bomb site, completely unaccompanied, completely empty. Cricket sounding as Sabrina swings in.
A lot of damage there done onto CT, and now there's a little bit of damage done there into Temple. Just kills going the way of the Necromancers. But actually, what I was going to be pointing out on that mid play, I really was not liking that solo mid player to just run up mid and just go into Donut. They had no information. He was just by himself. That's how they lost the second round of the map. It ends up working out for them. But I mean, it's just such an odd play to make, especially a team that's this structured. I'd really be expecting more default setups on these anti-ecos.
Yeah, and Scroobian playing around with the round there ends up getting punished for it. And then AK is put to Lamb, who should be saving this. Gets spotted out and should be running as fast and as far away as they can. This bomb could completely take them out here if they're lucky enough, but I think they've just made it far away. Yes, they had to save that AK coming into this next round here. But yeah, you mentioned, having that solo player isn't really ideal. But you know the saying, lightning never doesn't strike twice in the same spot. Salty Scripters, while they could have had some good kills, some good USP damage, it wasn't likely that they were going to win another full USP round against upgraded weapons beyond their caliber. So, 1-3 now in favor of the Necromancers. A good play there. Got some good tactics by Sabrina really coming in there. And now the guns are out. Although we do have Cluj with the MP9, it's still better than the USP.
Yeah, he's on an MP9. We are seeing kits. We are seeing util. Not full util, though. So this could get very interesting. We could be seeing a scenario where the CT economy is going to be rough, but we are going to be seeing Nick H and Mishka meet very soon. Their backs are facing each other on the other sides of these walls, and I don't know if Mishka is going to be ready for this play, and they're just in sniffing range right here, just on the other side, and Mishka shuts down.
Yep, just some good crossfires being played out here. Swinging out the contact, it's looking like Necromancer's game here. JPC does pick up 2 quick kills of their own, though, but has to recover towards that B bomb site, even though the A bomb site is being under attack right now. That's Cluj with just the AP9, picks up 1 kill as JPC is rotating, but the bomb is towards Catwalk. JPC playing by CT now, holding it steady. I believe some miscommunication there with Nick H and Takaya there towards Cave. You really want to point that out. Hey, there's someone in here. Please be aware of that. But having to look at both elbow and behind you as well. Once again, back to that nuke position, that nuke response of having to do 180s to clear out angles. It's not ideal. And that's
Oh, that was so crucial for the Salty Scripters to get. But I'm not sure what Lines is thinking going that aggro. He does decide to go back, hopefully to play together with his teammate. It's a 2v1 advantage. You don't want to make it an even playing field for them. Moving in, it's Cluj. He was huge in the first map, getting quite a bit of clutches. Now Lines, he's going to have to make the contact. I think he was spotted, and he's actually just taken out by Cluj. And now that MP9 can do some work, he's at close range, but he's not ready for Nona to be on the site, shutting him down. And that's 4 on the board. The Necromancers absolutely cooking and sending the economy of the Salty Scripters straight to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we mentioned that Cluj is doing really well there on Nuke, but Ancient are looking good so far. What I thought was an H4K sided affair. Turns out to be the Necromancers really coming into their own, doing absolutely good work there. Not just Scroobian, but Mishka as well coming into their own. Sabrina having a phenomenal game on Nuke as well, really putting the team on their back. And now, 3 quick kills from Scroobian against the Pistols. The bomb is being planted down now, and should be like another Necromancer's round here. With just the 5-7, but Scroobian goes for the knife.
Oh my god!
Left,
Why?
right. This is it.
Why? How many times? He swung like 17 times. That is bananas. And somehow it's the nade that does him in. That is absurd. But man, I would be mad if I was H4K right there. You know, I was not aware knives had clips, but I feel like he unloaded a full clip of his knife, and he had to reload, and that's why the nade killed him.
Absolutely. I mean, just going for the left, right, but if you miss that first swing and you have to go again, it does less damage over time. Full gun's going to be coming out now for the Salty Scripters, but not looking too good overall. 5-1. We did see them in an 0-5 deficit, but can they really keep up that momentum? That's why I mentioned having that break between maps is such a crucial part of the map. Do it with smoke. JPC gets taken down.
The bomb going down is huge, and the cave player can't really activate. He's by himself. They're going to have to play this retake together, but this map control is just very interesting. Only 2 really on the site. Taking a 1v1, it's Lines. Eats that nade, but gets the kill first. And Lines gets a touch on a ramp, but now it's Takaya and Nick H getting a double kill. And they're on the 3v2 advantage, and the bomb is currently being defused. I don't really see how HEL is going to get it. And winning the round, it's H4K, only 1 alive. Make that 0. I don't even know if that's a good scenario for them, because their money is low, and they could very well get a very ugly reset if they lose this next round.
Yeah, losing this round will definitely put them completely out of working mode, as I like to call it. They do end up winning the round, and at the end of the day, winning rounds is more important than keeping players alive. But if you want to have a better chance at winning those rounds, you need to have a stable economy and have the best guns you possibly can afford within that game round here. But yeah, some good plays overall there, some good refrags, some good positioning overall. Once again, getting too far away from the bomb. They're going for aggressive play, but 2 SMG kills back to back as Lion picks up Takaya towards the B ramp. And Lamb is getting aggressive here towards Cave. B open. Scroobian taking out JPC as the sole defender. And now the retake is going to be coming on. Scroobian just hyper aggressive, leaving this bomb planter all alone though. And picks up the kill now and immediately falls back. Some good aggression by Scroobian.
This is just crazy how they've been playing this map. Sabrina gets the kill, and Scroobian, I mean, that was just such a weird round. Like, I don't even know what's happened. We're seeing some aggression from the CTs over towards Elbow, over towards Catwalk. We're seeing Scroobian somehow in Red Room coming up from the CT spawn of B, getting the pick onto the A player. Like, it's like there's like 15 different lurks coming from HEL, and 7 of the own coming in from H4K. This map has just become just a wild pug of no one really moving together, and it's winning for Necromancers. They're getting the entries, they're getting the 1v1s. But man, this is very different than I was expecting for 2 teams like this.
Yeah, and I mean, it goes to show that HEL have a 100% win rate across the 3 games that they have played on Ancient, and it's showing exactly right here. Not just Scroobian going hyper aggressive, but also the rest of the team really knowing when to push and when not to push, when to play with the teammate and when to go hyper aggressive. And like you mentioned, Tino, it is working out for them. Salty Scripters do take their tactical timeout, I believe. They are going to be relegated down to pistols, so not too much invested into this. JPC with half armor, but nothing really else to it. I believe that just is a 5-7 for them to pick up there, but they take a lot of damage towards middle, and the reverse 8 pushes coming in now.
And it looks like HEL is playing a lot more calm this round. They are kind of playing together over towards mid, but JPC gets a nice pick, but immediately traded. Lines and Scroobian getting kills. And they're just looking to close out this round, but man, that's a little bit of damage going on again.
Yeah, and Lamb and the rest of the team already just out of the picture on the opposite side of the map. Bomb going to be planted down now on the A bomb site lines in here towards Cave, or excuse me, towards Donut. Hoping to catch someone trying to go aggressive in for a fast retake. Maybe even pick up a gun. But going in here, but doesn't matter. Gets their head completely ripped off. Takai picks up 2. That's 2 guns now able to be recovered.
He saw the back of the player on site. I thought they were unaware that there was a Donut player for a second, but Nona shuts that notion down. That AK you're going to want to save.
In the wound, tossing the HE, tossing the Molly to make sure that Lamb, doesn't really go for the retake, but it's really unlikely as well. No kit, no idea on where the rest of the players are going to be playing from, aside from just that one Molly being picking out there. Scrub dying to the bomb radius is completely borked here in CS2. Hashtag CSGO was better. Do not debate me on this. But yeah, Necromancers 7-2 now on the Salty Scripters map pick. I mean, they chose this for a reason. The Salty Script, or excuse me, H4K chose this for a reason, and yet they're getting completely dominated on. Necromancers have done their homework, have done their research, had come up with the game plan, and it's showing why Sabrina is a champion, a veteran player here in CSC. They've won a championship for a reason, and it's starting to show here in the grand finals.
And this is when you need to lock in. This is when your players need to make plays happen. Hacker Haven, they're getting another aggressive play onto Catwalk, and I lost footage.
So have I.
It appears we're having some tech issues.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
And we're back.
We're back seeing a Scroobian kill. Somehow Scroobian now in a 1v2, or actually a 1v3 tech difficulties. I don't know what you're talking about. We just fast forwarded a bit in this round. And
Scroobian's flicks just completely mollywopped all of our computers now to really cause that tech issue to pop up here. But Scroobian come up here, going for the jump spot, does make some noise, but also fall away here. 30 seconds left on the clock, though, Tino. I don't think it's likely, bomb not in their favor, being completely smoked out. And once that smoke fades,
What the
it's gonna be
hell?
roughly 20 seconds there. And yeah, a self boost as well. I've been out of the game for so long that I didn't even think that was possible. And obviously,
That's weird. All right, how many people in chat do that? That's weird. His shadow is completely sticking out. I'm thinking shadow's upside down. Like, I don't even know what's going on here.
just lighting effects in CSC. Once again, proving my point. CSGO is better. And yep, just gonna be saving that. The rest of these players on the H4K side not wanting to get aggressive because their economy is not too good. They don't have enough to really hunt comfortably. And now 3-7. While they did win the round, they're still in a deep deficit. And while they can make this comeback, if they win the next 2 rounds in a row, they're still going to be below. The Necromancers are still going to be having that lead coming into that second half there. And we are yet to see that the Salty Scripters are a T-sided team, but they weren't able to close it out last game. Hopefully they can close it out within this game so we can get a third map. Otherwise, we'll be crowning the Necromancers as a champion for Season 14.
Oh no, but I think you might have just cast or cursed them. Nick H opening it up with the MP9 on this round does pick up an op. That was the one gun they were down, and Nick H is the opper for the Salty Scripters. So 1250, that's one of the cheapest ops I've ever seen in the game.
Absolutely, but here, this is the flick. Nick H call out here with this SMG behind it, but look at elbow. Gets taken out. That's Nona. That op. Bomb gonna be taken out now as well towards the bottom of ramp. Now bomb stuck in no man's land. We do have a player in towards cave, deep in actually, but they have to go on a perfect timing land towards Donut, trying to make sure no one comes in sneakily in from middle as they're watching the same angle as their teammate in CT. Opsig now go back and just jiggling.
This map spacing though, I mean, it's just so odd coming in here for the Necromancers. I mean, you got 3 people on 3 different points of the map. I mean, the 1v1 works out for Nona there, but I feel like they're never in scenarios where they can trade each other. It's worked out so far, but the spacing has just been so weird, but it doesn't matter. Lines, they're just going to play into the what's working because it ain't broke, and Lines definitely should have an opportunity to get a kill. Gets a lot of damage, though. And yeah, it's going to be... I have no clue what's going on, who's going where. We have one in CT, one in Red Room. Bomb's going to A, and looks like the player that was in CT is going back through Temple. Oh, this could be a moment. JPC, he's swimming out there real quick, does get a kill. Not yet sure where Nona is. They are going to be smoking off Donut, and this could be interesting. Nona with the trigger control. No, absolutely misses. That's going to be very tough for them. He's going to have to clutch this round. Going to have to kill the plan of the diffuser. But Salty Scripters wins the round off of a whiff from Nona, and it's going to be 4 on the board for them. Oh my god.
The rest of the team did a lot of the work. Their lines picking the perfect time, hearing the rotations, hearing the footsteps, only to have Nona falter. They do end up getting the spray transfer, as you do see here, but not until after the Salty Scripters had defused the bomb and well-needed tactical timeout to really just calm the troops down, really calm Nona down. You had the right play. The trigger discipline was a perfect play to have there. You don't want to, open the can too early. I was trying to think of an appropriate way to say that, but you don't want to go that far that quickly. You want to take your time. This is what makes these players into the grand finals, the ability to see an opportunity to calm down and really not take the kill, the initial kill, on the spot there. I believe it was a bit of the nerves there going on, low bullets, needing to hit the headshot, and being in the grand finals in the middle of a clutch. It's a bunch of different variables that can really just throw off your aim, no matter how perfect it is there. So once again, the veterancy coming out, or at least the rookiness of these players coming in here into the grand finals, showing their true colors.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just one of those moments. It happens. Like you can woulda, coulda, shoulda all you want. Nona he made a good play there. He just missed, and it happens. And that's what that timeout is for. You want to go just keep it up, keep playing your game, keep doing your thing, and we're seeing it happen. Lines and Nona with the entries in this round, and Scroobian get a little too close to giving an opportunity, and Scroobian does get 2. I don't know what happened. That just happened so fast. I mean, shoot. That was crazy. 8-4. HEL is on top. A wild round. Scrooby and Nona absolutely showing out for HEL right now.
Yeah, we're going to see the replay here coming in here. Scooby coming out, picking up 2 quick kills of their own. But JPC trying to deny that bomb plant down. But I think if you have multiple teammates coming in from different angles, you just play for the retake. I think it's a lot better to just let that bomb go down instead of giving your life by pushing through the smoke and running to someone else's crosshair as well. Waiting out the smoke, playing with your teammate is more ideal. But being able to just toss up a utility, go for the trades, it's better than just a one and done potentially, right? But we are switching sides now. H4K, I mentioned it before on Nuke. They are a T-sided team. So we're hoping that the Salty Scripters can really come in, show their true colors here, having Takaya and Kluge and Nick H really come into their own element here. But
That's a wild peek by Scoobian. He is caught off guard by the player on the side, and it is a trade. It is a good opportunity. Running back out of A main, JPC just takes off the head of lines. This is just absolutely bananas. The retake is coming in, but the map control, the spacing is all the way of the Salty Scripters right now.
Absolutely. Just quick headshots coming in here. Donut taking out JPC, picking up their second kill of the round. Quick kills, going in the way of the Salty Scripters completely now. Sabrina left up with just the kit, and they're 2 and 10, but they now make it 3 and 10 and quickly traded out JPC with a triple kill in the round. But I really want to point out Scrub there, though. That's an aggressive A main push on a pistol round. We've talked about Scrub's aggression, but I never really realized how aggressive they can really get.
But you know what? If I was Scrooby, I would be mad there because you are just holding W. I mean, he did hold W a little too much, but you get the pick on the steps. Why the hell is there someone in the cubby over there when someone's running into A main by himself? It just seems very odd positioning. Like I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, usually you want to double swing with your teammate just so that you have that instant trade ability and that potential for a multi-kill amongst the two of you guys. But nonetheless, the round is over, and it's 8-5 now. Same with the Necromancers, and Macton is going to be ringing out here. This is why I mentioned why you want that long-range weapon, especially on a map like Ancient, where you have these long-range tools, so you can get these quick kills a lot easier, and have the Mac-10s, the SMGs, really take the space for that rifle in your star player. In this case, being Takaya here. We have Nick H taking out player in towards cave and quickly runs out through their own Molly, I believe. Another swing, picks up another kill on farming. This is why the operators need to be using SMGs a little bit more often against save rounds, just so they build up their own money to afford that up into the coming gun rounds.
Yeah, I mean, great round from Hack. They kept all 5 alive. That's exactly what you want. You got the pistol. You're bringing it close, 8-6. And Necromancers, they're going to be buying on the third, as they should. But it's always an ugly buy. So Salty Scripters have a very good opportunity if they put these Mac-10s to work where they should be going. And they are going to be playing a very aggressive B play here. And Necromancers aren't going to be having the utility to stop this. It's just one smoke separating the bomb site a little bit. And the Mac-10s are just going to be running them over. But Mishka with some... I'm out of words. It's just a great play. And now Takaya with the MP9 is in a 1v3 scenario. Gave up his Galil for this and gave up his life on that round. But did I actually read this wrong? I did not know Takaya was still alive.
Yeah, they are still alive. They have 2 kills in the round. Mishka is very low HP off of the back of that double spray down to really help Necromancers have a potential in winning this round. But they're stacking at the correct bomb site. That bomb is not being planted. Takaya has a lot of HP to work with. Mishka is low. He's 1 shot used up, and they do. And Takaya cannot transfer the kill over Nona. Once again, playing with their teammate. The structure coming into fruition, showing us that they're trusting their teammates to go for the trade. And that is why you almost never go for a solo play to get or alone. You never want to separate with your teammate, especially if they're low. It just gives the enemy team the ability to reposition and retake on these 1v1s in any which way that they see fit.
Yeah, that was just that was really smart for Hack to do that there, but I mean, that was just a great spray there by Mishka. But going into this round, we are going to be seeing Scrooby and pick up the op. I was a little bit worried with them going into this round off after that bye with only 1 surviving, but he was the one who happened to have the money. We still are seeing 4 rifles and a decent amount of util. Only the kid on Sabrina. But that's all you really need on the map.
Yeah, look at this aggression once again. from lines with that MP9, really taking over elbow control, Molly in towards lane to really stop them from pushing towards Cable. What would have been
How
a good
did that
nade.
nade not do anything? Where did it
It
go?
fell into the corner, but the spam going to be coming out here. Cluj just dodging all these bullets, a Matrix style. But now, coming in now. Towards, towards elbow. Cluj taking a headshot out.
That's ugly. You hate to see that if you're on the CT side. And the trades, the kills, it's all going the way of the Hacker Haven. Scroobian gonna have to find a way to make some impact with that op. However, he is on the wrong bomb site.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at this. Cluj just picking up a lot of utility here, making a lot of noise, really forcing them to establish their presence here. But we do have one player in towards the A bomb site, Anchor, as the bomb is starting to rotate in from Donut. Cluj just walking away, and now the rest of these B-side defenders have to make a decision. Do they go for an info play here? Do they go aggressive? And it's looking like they are, but they're running into the stack. That's Sabrina going to be taking a quick headshot. Spot's only one, but here we have Mishka in towards CT.
Oh, the CT play. H is in very good spacing, but Mishka does take out the flank. That presents an opportunity for the Necromancers, but this is still an ugly retake when you're still going to need to take about 6 seconds to get to the bomb. You're not going to know where anyone is, and that is why they're saving this round.
Yeah, save is good. I mean, regardless, look at their money. With almost no loss bonus being built up, they have no money to really buy into this next round, especially with Scroobian. 21 and 8, by the way, 137 ADR. You want to keep this up alive into this next round if you really want to win it out. Just enabling Scroobian to really take on these aggressive fights, get these opening picks, and then also the closing picks as well, is why going for the save is a pretty good idea for this specific round here. Now, H4K are not going for an aggressive hunt either, knowing that their economy isn't good as well. I did mention that the T-side economy isn't too important, but it's still something to really take note of and really just be careful with. Obviously, like I mentioned before, the nerfs really helped mitigate that, but still, T-side is always going to be in favor of the economy battle here. But the Necromancers now have to make a decision. Do they force into this? Do they have guns dropped over? It's looking like they are going to be full saving, which I can agree with. Find some utility. I'm not liking that Sabrina bought down to 1300s, but I think I've seen them do this before, and they have a championship trophy, and I don't. So,
yeah, you know, it's all about a little bit of give and take, a little bit of risk, but Sabrina not taking any there. He just goes down immediately, and it's going to be 3 kills for the Salty Scripters. It's just a very good anti-eco round so far, and this game, it's about to be 9-8.
Yeah, I mean, Bomb is really planted down now. They're still keeping these guns alive, which I like. Mishka and Scrub not needing to die. They just need to save again, just so that they don't have to reinvest into that AWP. That's $4,750 that could be used for utility or even another op in the coming rounds should you lose this op in the soon, right? So a good play to recognize that you guys can just save and come into the next round with guns blazing. Salty Scripters coming in now. Good comeback, 5 alive, getting the bomb point down, taking these engagements going on really well. But against the pistols, they're not going hyper aggressive, going into these long or close range angles. They're playing further range. They're wanting to test the waters out together and move as a unit, which is ideally how you want to play against the pistols. Close range is just the bane of any existence when you're going up against pistols. So good play overall there. Some good cautiousness, and once again, guns coming out now. It's 8-9, and Salty Scripters are showing why they are a T-side team.
Yeah, they are absolutely cooking. All systems go for them. 4 out of the 5 rounds of the T side for them. Losing that first gun round off the bonus didn't end up proving too terrible for them as they're able to put a reset onto the Necromancers. And yeah, we're seeing the first true gun round of this game. Util all the way across the board. It's time to see who really knows this map more. And Scroobian showing that this is his map. And Lines playing very aggressive onto that catwalk there. I would like to see them tuck back a little bit more. You already have the man advantage. I don't feel like you got to play too aggressive here. You don't have to look for this much information.
You don't have to look it over towards the A bomb side. I believe that's Nick H crawling out. Like Nona is going for the here. It's a battle of timing.
Yeah, it is a battle of timing. Yeah, Sabrina going out early, but Scroobian, I'm pretty sure he was full blind, does take out Nick H. No, that was actually another player on the bomb site that was blind. And JPC does take out lines. Now it's a 3v3, and the bomb is going towards B. It's just going to be Mishka, 14 and 11. They've been playing strong so far this game. We saw him get a double spray down earlier. And they're definitely going to need something like that to keep them alive in this round. Very rough map control for the side of the Necromancers here today. But looks like they're just going to be playing into a full 3v3 retake here. Completely smoked out. And yeah, it's just going to be trades coming back and forth. Scroobian, he gets the 2 kills here. And now it's a 2v1 advantage. The bomb has been tapped. It's going to be forcing Lamb to peek up here. And it's going to be peeking. He's looking for it. And there he goes. He's down. Mishka and Scroobian clutching it out. It's going to be 10 on the board for the Necromancers.
Yeah, some good plays overall. Some good conditioning right there. Nick H going for the aggressive swing, but Scroobian was in a good power position, excuse me, right? Making their presence known every which way. We saw this on Nuke. They were outside and they managed to make their way towards the lobby. They were towards ramp and they managed to make their way towards hut, and so on and so forth. So this, Scroobian being aggressive opper isn't just holding W and pushing into these angles. They're repositioning to spots where that op can really be used at an effective range, especially after Nona had called out, hey, I'm getting contact towards A here. Can I get the backup? Some good communication being brought out by both these teams here. Takaya, very ambitious, but nothing coming to fruition.
Yeah, Takaya was just trying to will his team into that. Just fine, I'll do it myself. That Molly doing some work onto Sabrina. And JPC taking control of this cave here. A little bit scared after that flashbang. Yeah, it's going to be weird situationally. Scroobian playing unnecessarily aggressive once again. Oh my goodness. This is just such a good play. JPC with a double spray with the double trigger control there. Does get that together.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon. I mean, it was an absolutely phenomenal play there. JPC really coming in here and just going off the rails, showing why they are drafted to the team, why they're in the grand finals. And it's not here. We do see Lines coming in with the ambitious MP9, but doesn't get any kills so far. Mishka and Nona really not taking the first. JPC picking up a 3rd kill in the round, but gets traded out now. Nona on 40 HP left, and no real way to really get into this round again. Yep, they're going to be walking back and going to go for the save, but the hunt might be on, but hits the headshot. And Nick H, good with the trade overall. Yep, so no hunt, or at least no one's staying alive, at least from any of these teams so far, and a good hunt by this.
Look at the money on both teams here. Well, actually, we're going to watch the trigger real quick. But when we get back into here, the money is ugly right now. We're not seeing full AKs on the board for the Salty Scripters, and we are absolutely not seeing a full buy here from the Necromancers. It's just very ugly here for both these teams.
About as pretty as my date to my prom here, but I mean, a Deagle onto Nona could do some good damage there, but nonetheless could be doing some good damage there. Nick H picking up the first kill, sparking one towards the edge of the smoke there, but doesn't get the kill either. And yeah, I mean, money's not looking good, as you mentioned, T-Noodle, and while it still favors your T side, I think it does put the Salty Scripters in a power position to really solidify this lead. And a really poor tasting joke, but she had a nice personality.
Oh my god!
And and before I get any more flame, I actually didn't go to my prom. it was all in good fun. I hope. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, look at this fast flank though coming in. Look at this mid player. Yeah, that's Lamb taking out the player of Nona. Lines though with just the USPS. Spotted out there.
Oh, that Galil. That's what the Galil is there for, and does finish him off. It's a Glock kill, and it's all 10 on the board. We're finally gonna be seeing another buy round, and yeah, I mean this is interesting. We are on map 2 of the grand finals. Hell won their map, and this is the Salty Scripters map. Absolutely huge game. They're playing for everything. All the marbles, the whole enchilada. This is the game, and this is the buy round. This is the gun round that is going to be deciding how the rest of this game is going to play out. They're both on the brink of a broken economy, and I really don't see this map going to overtime with the way the economy is. I feel like whoever wins this round just has a straight shot to the finish line on this map.
It's going to be set up here. Does pick up the kill relatively cleanly. I want to point out Sabrina before. Ooh, Takaya almost had a nice double kill there, but some good positioning there from the Necromancers. Yeah, Sabrina, 3 and 13. And while that could be a point of concern, this is just how Sabrina is when it came to their challenger run. Being completely negative as the rest of your team sets up and does all the work. They're setting them up. They're telling them where to go and how to move about the map. They have a vision and they're executing it, which is why this map is so close. Up here, does pick up the kill onto Nick H. It's a 3v3 now, but this B bomb site is going to be tested.
Yeah, and it's a lot of HP damage already done onto Mishka. This is going to be very tough for them. I mean, they kept the bodies even, but you are going to take damage when you're retaking, and the CTs right now, they cannot afford to take that damage, and they cannot afford to take that death, but somehow Scroobian has brought it into a 1v1. Lamb, I think he made some information, but the Lamb kill does come out. Lamb takes out Scroobian. It is 11-10. Hackerhaven have broken the economy once again of the Necromancers. It's very likely going to be 12-10 here, and it's very likely going to be an opportunity for Salty Scripters to send this one to map 3.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is where Sabrina does their best thinking. Backs against the wall. Economy not in their favor. Round deficit not in their favor. Giving the enemy team match point. They really, the fact that they're not using the tactical timeout just shows that they're confident in their ability to really call this down and what they have for this upcoming round here. Regardless if they lose, which is looking likely if they are. Nothing really invested besides Vigo onto Nona. Sabrina wants to kill into JPC, so that's one kill going in their favor. Clean up here. Yep, relatively clean so far. Kills going their way. But now the guns are going to be coming out. This is what Sabrina wanted. A full save to ensure, regardless if they have to give up match point, that they have the proper guns to fight for overtime. And it's exactly what we're going to be seeing here. All this is going to be coming out now for the second map here. Both teams do not want to falter. That first map, they were probably saving some shots, maybe some conditioning plays, some aggression, or the ability to quickly change paces just so that they can play this map up. But now this is the real deal. If Necromancers win, the series is over. H4K win, we go to a third map. Everything has to go well for either of these teams to really give us a phenomenal game, which it already is.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Nick H does get a big kill onto Mishka to start out this round. 5v4 advantage for the Salty Scripters. They're looking real comfortable. Looks like they really want to send this one over to Anubis. They don't want to play another OT. And yeah, just a lot of damage, but Scroobian takes out JPC. That's the one lurk on the side of the map, and Scroobian is running his way. He's scurrying his butt over towards the B bomb site, but he's going to be peeking mid. Oh, very close to an opportunity. And Lions and Scroobian getting kills, and Sabrina with a big kill, which I haven't seen in quite some time, makes it happen. 11-12. Necromancers want this one to happen here.
Yep, and another disconnect coming out from Nick H, but they managed to make their way back here. It might have been a problem with the HUD, actually, so do apologize for that. But yeah, guns are out now. The final round again. Both of the maps have gone to at least the full 24 rounds. Map 1 went to overtime on Nuke. You saw the scoreline right there, 16-14, or what was it, 16-12, excuse me? In favor of, 16-12 in favor of the Necromancers. So they need to come up future. They don't want to go to another overtime. They don't want to have another loss. So we deal with JPC continuing to spray up the Mac 10, but Crew is quickly trading out there.
That's a lot of damage, and Sabrina does eventually finish out that kill, knowing that the player is lit. They're in a 4v3 advantage, and I really want to see the Necromancers tone it down, just back up. They don't really need the map control now. They can play for the retake. They can play for the trades. Scroobian absolutely just has mid closed from the spot he's holding. And Donut does spot that one could have went towards red. This is going to be a very important kill, but Scroobian uncharacteristically does miss the play. And a bomb site, there is one player in Temple, but the site itself is there for the taking, and Takea gets another kill on Nona.
Look at Sabrina here.
That's incredible that Sabrina got that kill. He has an opportunity for another, but does not connect. And now it's just going to be Lions. Brought it down to a 1v1. And that bomb is not going down, but they win the round with a final kill. Salty Scripters, 13-11, bringing it to 24 rounds after the OT we had on the last one. We are going to map 3. We are going to Anubis. And this map is going the distance.
Yeah, what looked like the round win, potentially going to be seen overtime, does get completely shut down by Takaya, knowing to go aggressive, asking for a flashbang to flash off of Scroobian from Donut. While it missed the mark, I think the Scroobian uncharacteristic miss is, what solidified that round there. I think had Scroobian not missed that shot or didn't fall asleep at the wheel, it would have been obviously a very completely different story there. But also Takaya getting these shots there, sometimes it boils down to luck. Takaya was jumping in towards Temple and managed to hit a headshot mid-jump just as they landed. So really worked out for them as well. Sabrina had a power play in towards CT, swings out, gets completely shot down as well there. So Takaya, once again, just a huge highlight moment for them to bring their team up to the second map win, to bring this game to the third map. But Atrax, analyst, I mean, what do you have to say for this crazy game?
I mean, look, you said in map 1 that it is a battle of the tilt. And this series, I mean, it's kind of playing off of that just a little bit more. It looked like H4K were tilted off the face of the earth. They were 4-8. That was even worse than they did on Nuke in that first half on CT side. But then, of course, we see they end up winning their map pick. Like you said, they're a T-sided team, just absolutely brawling it out, proving that it is not or they're not tilted. You know, they're winning the battle of the tilt, if you will, because I mean, they certainly had an opportunity to, and they certainly could have lost this series 0-2, and instead they pull it back. JPC had a couple of great plays, said to me it's personal, posting strong stats this series, and I mean, proving it, like, yo, we got to get back in here. I know chat's going crazy, all sorts of different things happening, but I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. And also Scroobian, great all series, but then now in the moments that mattered to kind of really close it out, couldn't get it done, unfortunately, missing some really important shots. Now we'll have to see, will they battle the tilt and be able to bring it back in map 3, which is Anubis. It's our decider. If you are just tuning in that last map, HEL picked Nuke and they won it in overtime, 16-12. And of course, we just saw Ancient 13-11. Now here we are in Anubis. I would argue I don't think you could get pretty much any closer than this. And just quick predictions before we go to our break. Well, what are you gents thinking? Who's going to take this series?
I mean, just with both teams, winning pistol round on their own map picks, right? They won different sides, unlike UPS Premier, who didn't win a single pistol round in any of their series. I think it's going to be more than likely going to be the Hacker Haven. I listen, Scroobian is an absolute beast when it comes to that aggressive op, and the rest of the team, Mishka, Sabrina, all coming up clutch whenever their team needs them. But I think the ability for the Hacker Haven to really solidify and come back after losing the map and losing these clutch rounds and having the second map go the distance could be in their favor. But I still have a sense of doubt that Sabrina has something cooked up for that third map. T-Noodle, what do you think?
I mean, these guys have just been trading punches every single time. But I really think it's going to be on Sabrina and Lines to show up on this last map, because they played without them on T side, and it's fine. That's going to happen. Some people are going to have rough games, but when you have two players, it's so hard to hold CT like that. They kind of brought it back towards the end, and they got a couple rounds, but it was just too much. They were just getting slammed across the map because they were pretty much in a 3v5 on that whole CT side. I don't expect that to happen on that second map. And if they can show up, if they can lock it down, if they can get back in their heads, I do feel like HEL has an opportunity to really take this. I'm really feeling it in my nuggets here that HEL's going to be winning this. But at the same time, it's two sides of a very, very flat coin, and it can go either way.
It certainly can. I'm gonna cheer for H4K. I think I'm that's the camp that I'm gonna find myself in personally. The desk is gonna be 2-1 in favor of H4K, but I agree with you, T Noodle, that it is so close. It's really, really hard to pick. We'll have to see. Chat, let us know. Go pop off. Who do you think is winning this series? We're gonna be back in just a moment with map 3 of Anubis.
So pale.
Said our love would stay this way. I cannot dream in color anymore. I think I know why you painted in all my dreams. You colored me in my sleep. I cannot dream in color even when I sleep on your side. You colored parts of my mind. I'll search for you in the lines. Sun is setting, summer colors swelling, dulcet figures.
And here
Look
we
at that.
are.
We're already back.
Loading into pistol round once again, except this time, HEL looked to be taking the advantage of this opportunity. It's a 4v2 for them on Anubis, on map 3. Everything is going to town. Everything's coming alive here. It is going to be the big map, the big one, the final map of the season 14 of Counter-Strike Confederation.
Yeah, Mishka spraying the choking emote, or excuse me, spray there, trying to rub salt into the one, a little bit toxic there. As we do hear the landline, the ever elusive landline. Yo, put a 1 in chat if you know what a landline is. Yeah, I mean, just before we continue getting on with with the whole antics, can we just flame both these teams for not giving us time to calm down, get some water, and relax?
It is crazy that these guys didn't even take a pee break.
Yeah,
They
what's up with
just
that?
they're going for it. I mean, God bless them all, but whoever's idea it was, I hope they lose.
Yeah, these guys are just so locked in, and Sabrina looking to show that they are locked in on this map. Does get the opening kill this round, and Scroobian gets the second one, and Sabrina gets the third. It's a big time, big mode for the Necromancers.
Yeah, 2 quick kills coming in. Excuse me, just 1 on Sabrina, but that's just the IGL, the player who's not really supposed to be standing out there. But they do pick up a kill to Scroobian now. That's one of the heavy hitters. Nick is picking up a 3rd and cannot pick up the 4th clue. Very long HP with just the USDS, but taken down. Mishka taking out that kill as well. 0-2 now. We saw a similar start there onto Nuke, but we did see that Salty Scripters ended up losing on Nuke. So we have yet to see if Salty Scripters can make a quick recovery, or will they let this lead slip out of their hands?
Yeah, I mean, Sabrina needed that activation early. They just needed to play. We need lines for the Necromancers to activate. And JPC from Salty Scripters, they're gonna have to play like they did on Nuke to make it interesting for them. We want to see all 10 players on the server activate. All 10 players have their moments in this final map here. And it looks like we're about to see some activation here. Playing on the edge of the smoke, it's JPC and Nona, both on the other side here, looking like they're going to be connecting here in E-Box. But nope, they're just on the other side of the wall. Separated. So close yet so far.
Like me and my former lover now. And JPC winning out that fight, but that Molly is not going to touch him. Really out.
Just blow it out.
It's going to be in towards house. Does not pick up a kill, but does spot on the player here. JPC, oh, such low HP. Has to run away, but Scroobian fast on the trigger, fast on the aggression, fast on the reposition. Going in now, comes to the Molly out towards CT. Bomb going to be coming in very, very late here, but they do have all this map control that they could ever really want. But look at this very fast flank coming in from Lamb.
I mean, they have a fast flank, but they need to get the connect with the kills because they do not have any retake utility. It's just going to be 1 kit. But who needs utility when Lamb can just get a headshot onto lines? Still a 4v3, make it a 4v2. I thought this was going to be very tough for them to get into the bomb site, but now both the players are on the plateau. It should be done. It should be over, and 3 are going to survive. Salty Scripters win their first CT round with some, with a little bit of oomph on that one.
Yeah, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of juice for the team here, for the Salty Scripters, loading up their PCs, booting up that word.exe. But yeah, some really good plays, really good retakes, and it really came down to Lamb. Had Lamb not gotten that kill, the retake would have been over, even had Takaya, if Takaya still got that kill, right? That B main flank was completely huge for the Salty Scripters to really solidify that out. And playing these good crossfires, you know, swinging the smoke together, looking at the proper angle as you guys are swinging out is crucial for getting those trades all together now. Still a gun round though. Scout on the Scrubbian and a couple of Tech 9s to be seen here for the Necromancer side. But still 1-2. A lot better than what had happened on Nuke, which we saw was an 0-5 start. But a minute 30 now, T-Noodle, and it's pretty slow so far.
Yeah, it's slow. Necromancers really want to change the pace. Scroobian gets very active with this scout. I saw them when I subbed for them on Dust 2. The guy was just blasting people through that mid doors. See what he can do here. Trying to find some damage on this side of the map. Takea with a nice kill onto Mishka. Right in that A main and just shutting Necromancers outside of this map. It's already 3 CTs on the A bomb site. This is going to look very bleak here for HEL. It's just going to be 1 lurk and 3 people running out to their death on the A bomb site. There goes Sabrina. And there goes all the players. Scroobian, Lines, Nona, all dead. It's 2-2. Hacker Haven looking to get this CT side rolling.
Yeah, Takaya, that pure aggression to really take away that main control and then not going forward after that initial kill. Usually you see a lot of players after taking out a rifle really try to push that button, press further and try to take as much map control, but Takaya knew, hey, their economy is going to be a little bit weird off of the back of either Lamb's call or even their own personal intuition there. So obviously these players have some really good game sense to go along with their mechanical skill here. A heavy mid push going to be coming in. That's going to be Nick H going to be tested out and falling back completely. There's Lamb coming in now. It's Cam. It's going to be, yep, him and Nick H going to be going huge here, taking up all these kills towards middle, and that's round over there. Yep. Takaya going for a very eager flank to make sure no one was going to be coming in late with the bomb, but doesn't necessarily matter here.
Yeah, this is a very rough start for HEL. I mean, I know they won their first 2 rounds, but these gun rounds, since H4K has been loaded out, they've been absolutely cooking. And Lines, I know Lines and Sabrina both had rough map 2s, but the fact that we're going into round number 6 and Lines still has 0 kills, every single round that's going to go, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. You're going to start playing out of your game. You're going to start trying to make things happen. And unfortunately for them, it's just not their night. I was expecting them to be a big player here, but I'm worried this is going to start snowballing for them.
Yeah, neither of these teams have really showed that they are not needing to snowball. It's always been a couple of rounds here and there coming together. It's been a long game with multiple rounds adding together. It's never been just one team really snowballing. Besides that first map, we saw the H4K win 11 rounds in a row after an 0-5 deficit. I'm going to keep bringing that up there because that's such an insane scoreline to have, only to lose out 16-12 there. So, still nonetheless. But tech timeout. Nothing really to talk about. Let's bring out over reliable, and just as I say that, it goes away. Sad we cannot talk about pizza coming in here unless we want to.
I do want some pizza after this game, but it's gonna have to wait because we are going back into round 6 of the CSC Grand Finals, the final map of Season 14, and the final map where all 10 of these players are going to be on the server at the exact same time together, because that is just the way the cookie crumbles. And here we are, big gun round here, coming in from both sides. Scroobian looks to get aggro, but is shut down immediately by Takea.
Yeah, some good aggression there so far, and unable to tame the spray. That's what Scroobian had lost that fight too, but they're now regressing towards E-Box here, and the slow coming out here. Gonna be swinging out wide. Sabrina with a fast headshot. But look at this fast flank from Takaya now. Coming from both, but no, going for the spray transfer. Only
That
kill
trade.
Takaya. Oh, JPC with a nice double as well. Swapping to the sidearm. Picks up a couple of damage points. He's gonna be swung out now. Yep, that's Mishka taking out the kill. Lamb. And now Takaya, who is fast on the flank, but they've crossed each other's paths. In E-Box, they're touching backs. Takaya picks up the first, and he picks up the second onto Sabrina. Bomb plant being denied. Takaya with a great flank. That game sense coming into fruition. 10-2 now. Takaya is looking like the reason why the H4K win out this map and even possibly the entire series.
Yeah, I mean that is a desk breaking round. When you just have all of those opportunities, not just where the 2v2 it's whatever, but the guy Platt gets the kill, somehow is not instantly traded, gets another, does more damage, and just stalls the round out completely. You can't let that happen. When your guys go out, you got to go out with them. You got to make these trades happen. You're up a man. You just need to close it out.
Look at this aggression though from H4K though. Two players. That's JPC and Cluj coming in fast on the into the B flank towards middle, and all these players are lined up outside of A, just pistols, and they're gonna be looking like they just want the bomb plant down, but one towards heaven, one on site, smoke being ringing out, and now the attack is coming in here. That's Takaya picking up one kill. It's quickly traded out. Nick H fast on the flank or fast on the refrag, but picks one up as well. Trades coming in back and forth, back and forth. Are they gonna be ready for this fast flank here? Smoke still out.
They're going to be.
Yeah, now they know. Yep, Lines and Sabrina realizing that the fast flank should have been coming in. The fast rotation should have been coming in.
You don't need to clear that. You're doing too much. You're doing too much, Lines.
Does spot the player out though. Almost loses their life for it, but the bomb is being planted now. They do drop over a couple of pistols here. Sabrina with an AK-47 spots JPC in towards E-Box and gets traded out. Now Lines with the Tech 9. Oh my! Saw the shoulder and gets tapped out as well. AK recover for he saw the shoulder. Now a 5-2 lead, and JPC with a bit of body spam. I'm not the biggest fan of early on, but in the map we saw once again on Nuke. 5-0 lead turned into an 11-5 deficit, back into a 16-12 victory. So it's not over until it's completely over.
But on the contrary, I'm the person who loves to see body spams right from round one. I want to see buy-ins being spammed. Like this is where you have everyone who tilts on your team mute all enemies in chat, and this is where if you're someone who doesn't personally get tilted, you just start shooting bodies, you start spamming away, just trying to tilt the other team, because you need every tactical edge you can get in this map 3. And Salty Scripters liking how they're playing this map so far.
Slow start overall here. They're now not really wanting to give up that B aggression here. We do see Nona out there in charge of that, but Nick H onto Lines, a very fast swing. Headshot. Sabrina trying to go for the refrag through the door, manages to get the kill. And now juggling the AKs back, not wanting to give it to the H4K side, dropping it over down to their players here. Dropping the pistol down now. Man advantage now for the Necromancers. Or excuse me, it's still even. But still in favor of the T side here. CTs have to split up amongst and have to leave one point of contention open. And Mishka getting out to Kaya here. It does. Good fight going in their way here. But we do have Lamb also on this A bomb site.
The spacing's not good though. He's in a 1v1. I'm still feeling confident on this. But that can spin things around. We saw this spin things around a lot on Ancient. They are winning this round. They are taking the 4v1 advantage. But man, that had me nervous for a second. You're in a 4v4. I really expected them to collect together and really just work the trades to end this round.
This is definitely one of those moments in a demo review where you tell your team, hey, we may have won the round, but it wasn't in a safe way, right? Obviously, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter as long as you hit 13 first. But if you keep making those same mistakes, a better team, a team that's better than you, or even when you move up a tier here in CSC, those teams will punish those kinds of mistakes, and you don't want to be moving up to this next tier and have those same mistakes being made up there. It just, diminishes the experience of your season, but it does give you the opportunity to educate yourself and grow as a player here. 5-3 now though for the Salty Scripters in favor of them for the Hacker Haven side. Map 3 of the Contender Grand Finals. T Noodle, this is gonna be it. A good solid gun round here up on the T side here. Scroobian looking like he wants to go aggressive again here towards his B bomb side.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping that the Necromancers are going to find a way to open this map up. They've been doing a lot of defaulting, very spread throughout this map. This round, however, they are leaning towards the B-bomb site. Seeing what they could find. Scroobian really wants one of these kills, one of these players. He knows someone's probably playing around that smoke. But you don't want to give that information out either, just spamming away.
Yeah, especially with the op only having 5 bullets left in the magazine. It obviously takes time to reload that gun, and having to reload just gives the opponent unnecessary information. Well, it's going to be coming out now. We do have a late flank coming in by Mishka in towards E-Box, but that's taken out by Kluge and JBC. Once again towards the back side, but there is another player here. This Ping is Lines picking up a kill. Takai picking up 2 of their own here.
Yeah, that was just extremely rough. It looked like the smoke. They didn't have anything to smoke off Plat. But Serena actually making this very interesting. They are now in a 1v2. Oh, knew someone was getting ready to flank them. But coming in from Temple was Takea. Having a huge game so far for them. Puts a 6 on the board for the Hacker Haven.
Yeah, excuse me, that was Kluge on the B bomb side, picking up 3 kills to hold that down before getting traded out there. So once again, a good multi-kill from the Hacker Haven. And Takaya and I believe it was Nick H on opposite sides of Sabrina there. One towards Palace, one towards B main, baiting the sounds, baiting the noise, making footsteps to force Sabrina to turn every which way. They had no idea where each one was going to peek from, and they had to guess. It was a 50-50 shot, and they had guessed incorrectly there. Technical timeout being used by the Necromancers now. Really want to take apart and just calm down for a second. Think about it. What has been working, what hasn't been. Taking out Takaya on the A bomb side as the lone A defender, the aggressive A defender, excuse me, worked out really well. And just the spacing working out for them for that aggressive entry did numbers on them. But can they recreate that same? Can they really do it again? Can Takaya falter again in this A aggression by their lonesome? Or are they just going to have another multi-kill? It's going to be whether or not they can shut down these players. Not just once, not just twice, but throughout the game periodically. I think is what's going to give the Necromancers their win.
Yeah, and they're going to be having to put themselves in more trade scenarios. They're going to have to start taking advantage of where they have the micro advantages on the map. Like we saw last round, Mishka took the first contact on that B take when they were the solo E-box player rather than the 4 people that are coming out of B main. It has to be the B man drawing the attention from the E-box. So Mishka could come in there and swoop, and their timing was a little bit off. They're really going to need that clean that up, and there's only 3 more rounds on this T side.
I mean, look at Scroobian, who went fast for that aggressive A main attack there with a partner right behind them, but Takaya knew. They knew that they were going to be playing around this. That tactical timeout is not just 30 seconds for the team who use it, but for both teams. And so they understand, hey, I've been kind of, destroying them here on this aggressive A main push. They're going to be playing against it here. Scroobian going to go for the peak here. Spots for 7. JPC does take a good amount of damage, though, on that B bomb site and heading back there. They're walking up here.
Oh, the timing with that flash, though. Scroobian, though, gets the instant trade. Had an opportunity, and Sabrina coming in through camera. Makes a flashy play. And now they are in a 4v3 advantage. Kluge coming up through mid. Does hear that middle player. And yeah, I mean, if I was H4K here, this is a good opportunity to save here. The rounds have been close, so I mean, they've won a lot in a row. But their money's not good.
Money is not good indeed, and it really just boiled down to how many players they kept alive. I've mentioned this before, Sponge's Law. If you aren't familiar with that term, please do so. Especially if you are new to competitive Counter-Strike. Just keeping 2 alive on the CT side is not good. You want to keep at least 3. That way, the 2 of your players can drop over a gun, and 1 player, you guys can all have a full buy regardless. It also helps build up the economy as well. They're going to be saving, though. 2 players saving. Like I said, not ideal, but better than nothing. That op can now be dropped over to Nick H if they ask for it, or they have JPC donning the op. on this map here. I did mention, or I haven't mentioned, excuse me, but a lot of these players do pick up the op every once in a while throughout the entire season just to get aggressive. Maybe it's map dependent. Maybe JPC is the secondary opper for Anubis, and let's say maybe Cluj is the secondary opper for a map like Dust 2, right? It really boils down to how the team works and how the captains really like to engage their team so far. But a slow start, no mid presence here from the Necromancers, and JPC going to be holding for this peak. They're not going to be going any further though.
Lamb doesn't have a gun.
Looks like this round Lamb did have to save.
Whether
He
they
was
wanted
the
to or
only player
not.
without the gun. But we're seeing the kills decay against the opener into A main, but the trades are instantaneous for Lines and Nono. But Cluj, once again, coming up huge. Now it's a 3v3. Lines is damaged. Cluj is damaged. It's going to be 2 guns on the board for Salty Scripters, whereas 3 are on the board for the Necromancers. Lines needs to have a round here. His teammates need him. His teammates need to get that trade. And somehow Cluj is still alive after getting that pick. And this is going to be very tough. Taking their time is HEL. Oh, man, this is very ugly for them. And that Molly might be taking Lines down, but gets away after the bomb is down. And these post plants are ready. But number 3, that's Lamb getting a kill onto Lines. Just in the back of the bomb site. It's Nick H
Great.
taking out Mishka.
Yeah, great trades overall there. Cluj going for the aggressive swing, knowing that their teammate was in CT. Going to be swinging with them for the instantaneous refrag, and a good play there overall here. We're getting close to the end of the half now. Salty Scripters going to be coming into this half with a lead, 7 now, at least 7. The bare minimum. Can they make it 8-4, or will we see the Necromancers win out this last round, making it 7-5? Excuse me. As they are going to be buying up here. Op going to be dropped over down. The Scroobian, as everyone else is able to buy here. Sabrina opting to buy the UMP. This is a Sabrina classic. Dropping the Star Rifler, the Star Opper, the gun that they use to just win out these rounds, sacrificing their own gameplay. This is what won them a championship in Season 9. This is what helped them make it to Grand Finals multiple times, in playoffs and multiple runs. And we're going to be seeing it here again. JPC taking the op tool, missing out there, but scooping into the Molly though.
That's
And is
crazy.
wait, can we...
Homie was in the fire, but his shoes are fire extinguishers. Somehow just stays alive.
That's a
that
CSU
scenario.
moment. CSU moment. I'm gonna be a hater for a second. I dislike CS2. That he dies on go. Right
You
there.
know, man, it's 2024. Fire doesn't work.
Unfortunately, it does not. But they still have mid control now. They have at least house control, so they can definitely walk back and force the CTs to really clear that out now. And they're looking like they want to poke and prod here towards this B bomb site. Having a bit of a crossfire here. That's really watching for this E-box push. JPC onto Sabrina.
Oh, this nade's gonna be big.
No, but to Cluj, another kill for JPC. Pizza.
Loving this util.
Yep, some good reaggression. But look at Takaya in towards boats. And be pushing up behind him, falling back towards a bomb site. Now want to give up their life. I was assuming that they're going to be pushing further as the rest of the team are going to be pushed into them. And scooping through the smoke. No scope! Onto JPC.
Yeah, but the position switched on the other side of the pillar. It's Nick H. Mishka's looking, but he does actually get the kill. I don't know how he's in a scenario to get that kill. Scroobian gets the final in the round. It was a really bad half for them, but a really crazy in one round for them. It is 7-5. It is almost as close as it could possibly get, and we are going back into the final half of Season 14. That no-scope was crazy, man.
That no scope won him that round. Scroobian taking matters into their own hands. I'm tilted for the Salty Scripters. That's a round that they should not be losing in any way, shape, and form. The trades just went there. People were split up, and Scroobian had a really good play there. I believe it was JPC. No, JPC died early on in the round, but there was someone hiding in the smoke who just needed to wait. They had no reason to reaggress out of the smoke, only to get gray screened. They had to play in the smoke, wait for the smoke to fade, and work for them rather than having to go for the initial peak itself. It's peak or be peak. I know CS2 is known for its peaker's advantage, but it's better to let the smoke do their work. Here now it's piss around though.
Oh, they're about to get run over.
Here.
I don't like this position for Nona, but he's making it work. That's 2 kills in middle, but somehow it's only a 2v2. Lines really needed to connect with that. And Mishka gonna have to be the hero here. 1v2, retaking the A-bomb site. Unsure of where the second player is just yet. Does find the kill over onto the bomb site. Now he's finding the one player in A main. He knows where he is, and he has an opportunity to defuse this without being spotted out. And not looking, finding it, and he gets the kill. It's gonna be close. I don't think it's actually close. I think it's just gonna be a round 1 for HEL, a round 1 for Mishka, and it's gonna be 6 on the board with opportunities for more.
Yeah, pressure getting towards the Salty Scripters. They're not planning for a main or even going to a spot where the bomb just wasn't planted for. Obviously, these players are smart enough to realize that, hey, just because it's planted on the opposite side of cake doesn't mean I have to stand on top of the bomb out wide in the open. I can be sneaky. I can be, cheeky. I can find a way to defuse the bomb and not be open to a main after getting confirmation that there was someone there from just the shots being rung out there. So, Salty Scripters going to be punching themselves for that one, losing 2 rounds in a row due to some simple mistakes that could happen to pretty much anyone off of the, and obviously barring Scroobian's insane no scope there. But the bomb plan doesn't.
Yeah, but it's a crazy round here. It's a force buy actually coming up from the Hacker Haven. It's kills going all the way for the Salty Scripters. It's a 4v2 advantage and make that a 4v1.
Over though, in towards Power walking out. Instantaneous headshot.
That is absurd. I thought we were about to see some more kills. But as you were saying, as you were explaining, Sponge's little rule, Sponge's law, it's working out. 3 people surviving for the Salty Scripters, absolutely resetting the economy of HEL. That was a very bold decision. That really could have worked out well for Necromancers. But by completely flipping the table here, flipping the script, the Salty Scripters just stepped on the throat of the Necromancers and are going to be forcing really rough economic situation for them.
Yeah, they're staying towards the B bomb site though, and once again, these players are not getting hyper aggressive, knowing that they're going to be on the save. But if you really think about it, piss around is definitely important when it comes to these close games, and especially in the best of 3. But I think one of the more important rounds is that of the force buy, the second round force buy. That really sets the pace. You win it out, you now have a bonus round. You lose it, you're now back down to the safe beforehand. But Takaya caught off guard from the boost. You see Lamb picking up 2 quick kills, but gets traded out again. 2 guns for 3 players, but it's now down to a 1v1 Lines with just no
This is
armor.
Lines' moment. No, he does get spotted out and only having a USP. Really smart read there by Nick H, knowing that the stack probably had 1 player left hiding. I know it's not what you want to see. You have a full gun going against pistols. You want more than 1 coming out of that. But in a situation like that, where the money's tight for both teams, you're just glad you got the win. And it's 9 on the board for the Salty Scripters.
And that was a save round. This would have been the bonus round had it been a little bit cleaner. But nonetheless, still a good round overall here. But full AKs overall, and Nick Gage with just a MAC-10. If they want to go hyper-aggressive with that, maybe make a lot of space for these upcoming rifles here, playing these close angles. Flash coming in towards A main, that's Nick playing close by, but we do see Lamb get taken out by Scroobian towards middle, and he does fall back. Scroobian, once again, playing this very, very fast repositioning game. Just gets 1 kill in 1 spot and completely rotates on the opposite side of the map. So good on Scroobian for recognizing that.
Yeah, good plays. Nick H is alone in E-box, and we are seeing the bomb along with the squad coming up towards B main. We do got 2 players from the Necromancers. They're going to need to hold it down. It's going to be Mishka, and it's going to be Lines. The B hold is for them. Flash is going out. Lines goes down immediately. Mishka with the kill. Probably should not be able to get a second. He does go down to the flames, but through the flames, JPC does get the final kill onto that player. Now just a 2v2. The retake is alive. The bomb is down. Kits present on Sabrina, and they're just looking for an opportunity where they can break out. That smoke is finally starting to fade. And JPC does get the kill on Tsunono, but the UMP, straight out of 2016, unable to finish the round. It's going to be 10 on the board. Another one person, 1VX clutch. It is Takea winning the round for them.
Yeah, and now this is where the HEL side is going to be taking a tactical timeout. They have lost bonus to 2,900. They could save here. They definitely could save and give up the 11th round. But if they force here and lose again, then they're giving up match point. Once again, you never really want to give the opponent match point if you can avoid it, and here they can. A definite save would be perfect here. Maybe having Scroobian by a path armor and having Sabrina drop over a pistol would be fine. But Mishka's buying an MP9. Opposite sell it back now. They're talking this out here. This is what these tactical timeouts are used for, not just for calming down, but also for tactics as well. And just the defuse kit for Sabrina. Maybe going to be going for a cheeky play, a cheeky defuse play here, but find some utility, and it's looking like going to be a very fast play here. I'm assuming they're going to be going towards the B bomb site and pushing towards an aggressive B main push. All these players look like they want to be rotating there. Yeah, moving out now. Opening play is going to be coming out here, and they're splitting up now. Excuse me. Getting called out for my wrongness here.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be aggressive plays from both sides. That flash does absolute work into A main, but they're unable to connect with any of the kills. It's only going to be Mishka alone by himself over towards B. And it's going to be 11 coming on the board for the Hacker Haven.
Yeah, and there's no guns to be seen here that were dropped. Every player on the Salty Scripter side is still alive here, but Nick H and JPC are very, very low. So this team can do numbers here. Blitz Lamb spots the player out. As long as they don't get dinked or give him a kill, Lamb
Needs to back out of here. He needs to wait for some team. He's putting himself in a situation that can't be just gonna unnecessarily die. I mean, it's not really that important. You're up 11-6, but it was very unnecessary, I feel like.
Yeah, that rifle could very well have been recovered there. But the teammates were there behind them, tossing flashes, supporting util for them, and managed to take out the kill there. But JPC was still low. The player was still not blind completely. Their vision was starting to recover there, so JPC could have lost as well there. While they can only take one gun back, it still would have been one gun into this round here. But now, the economy battle starts again, T-Noodle. They lose this round. It's now game match point, series point for the Scripter, who's picking up the first kill, goes for the spray transfer, but does not. Takaya gets taken out there, but Lines is low HP. It's a good engagement, a good trade up, but still in favor of the Salty Scripters.
Yeah, this is a very good opportunity for them. They do have two players into E-Box. They do have the bomb outside of B main. E-Box is going to have to make their presence known very soon. The rotates are going to be slow. And look at that. Necromancers backing up towards opposite sides of the site, giving up the front of the bomb site to the Hacker Haven. And that flash actually misses from JPC, but Kluge gets a kill on Mishka. And it's just going to be Lines as the last player on that site. Lamb does take out Lines. Lamb takes out Scroobian, and Lines goes down as well. It's match point.
Just the shoulder. Yeah, it's going to be close to match point here. Nona would have to come up huge here. Would have to get a 1v4 clutch. But I think they're just going to be opting to fall back here. Yeah, no money coming into this next round here. Barely enough to afford a force buy. Not looking like they can afford to buy the full M4s that they would like. Unless they want to exclude utility. But it's a battle of utility as well. It's not just mechanics. It's not just shoot, head, and win. Sometimes it is. But I think in this game, utility is very important to win out these pieces of map control to help mitigate any sort of engagements that would have been a lot harder to take on. They're only going to be saving though. And everyone on the Necromancer side seems to be a little bit quiet here. Scroobian 15 and 15, Mishka 15 and 12, and Sabrina 11 and 12, I believe. So not the greatest so far, but over on the Salty Scripter side, Takaya and JPC 20 each. That's huge.
Absolutely is huge for them. 12-6. We did see an 11-5 comeback from the Necromancers earlier. However, their monetary situation for that start of that comeback was a lot better. 12-6. The match point. Everything is falling on this round for HEL. And Scroobian trying to make it work. Gets a headshot onto Takea. But unfortunately for him, Nick H does get a kill on the other side of the map. Lines does go down. But Salty Scripters kind of chilling out here. But now they are progressing outside. JPC does get the kill. They can feel it. The taste is in their mouth. 3v3. It's getting very interesting. It's getting very close. Screwbeard with a big kill. Now, 3v2 advantage. And
but
they are just
Sabrina,
trying
though.
to make it happen. Nick H with 1 kill on to Sabrina. Low HP is Nona. Big kill for Scrooby, and he's ratting out, and he's just crazy. I don't even know what to say anymore. He just made the play. He walked around the map, walked around the smokes, got the 7th round on the board. Scrooby, and big play. Just incredible.
And there's a reason why, on Mirage, you smoke off mid window. It's the same reason why you smoke out house on Anubis. Whether it's an op or a scout, any sort of scout weapon will do damage at that long range, and it's one of those smokes that you just have to throw. It's a staple of Mirage. It's gonna be a staple for Anubis. That missed smoke allowed Scroobian to get the opening pick and immediately rotate off. If Scroobian doesn't get a pick or doesn't make any sort of impact, he kind of just stays here for a bit unless something else happens around the map. And that was the downfall for the Salty Scripters in that round here. But another slow start. Default, we see Nick H, I believe, getting into E-Box and manages to thread the needle past the smoke, and he has the power play in their hands.
Okay, I think he called that rotate. He should be hearing 2 push. That bomb is in a tough spot. Nick H gonna be coming in huge with the spray, but whiffs on both of them. He couldn't connect the spray, and now Kaluj is gonna have to run towards the A bomb site. This is an opportunity. They spotted the bomb, and we're actually seeing the CT players run over towards B, and A is free right now. This is a good start for the Necromancers, but a bad read could be it for them.
Yeah,
That bomb needs to be coming
late
onto the
here.
A side already.
It should have been here 10 seconds sooner, but they were trying to play it safe, trying to get all the utility out, but look towards the middle underneath them. That's Lamb taken out. Now JPC very aggressive, runs the swing, catches Scroobian on a timing off the missed op shot. Takai onto Sabrina. It's a 2v3.
2v2, and Kluge gets the kill, knows the last one's in A main. It's going to be JPC against Mishka, and JPC, the captain of the Salty Scripters, leads H4K to the champions. Your Season 14 contender, grand champions, the Salty Scripters.
An absolute series of a match there. That final map really came down to Takaya and JPC, who had to put the team on their back and win out. So just having this insane impact, insane rounds here so far. Just an absolute masterclass showing from both of these teams. And I mean, there's nothing you can really else to say it. I'm glad I was here to watch it. I'm glad I was here to cast it. Thank you, Tino and Atrax. But a phenomenal game overall. Nuke went to overtime. Second map, 13-11. This map, a little bit more lopsided, but not as much as those as it could have been, right? So just it really boiled down to these aggressive flanks, these quick timings, and Takaya's aggression, winning out these duels, these aim duels as well. Here so far here, but Atrax, I know you've been a little bit quiet since we've been taking up a lot of the microphone space here. But what are your thoughts on this crazy series?
Hey, I mean, you gents have been doing great casting. I'm happy to sit back and just watch because, especially what we just witnessed. Overall, as a series, absolute banger. I mean, HEL start off their map pick of Nuke with 5, then H4K with 11 rounds back, and then another 5 on HEL. Then we go to overtime. HEL absolutely dominate. H4K get no rounds in overtime. Then on Ancient, it looked like HEL was going to take it 4-8 on their T side, but then H4K, they bring it back with 9 rounds. HEL only 3 on their CT side, and we're forced to map 3, which of course we just witnessed. And just an absolute banger of a series. And we have an interview, by the way, with none other than the captain of H4K, JPC. He's chilling in our media interviews waiting. He'll be joining us here in just a second whenever he gets pulled in. And yeah, there he is, JPC. And I mean, how are you feeling? I'm certainly good, but
Feel like we should have ended that in 2 maps and we blew nuke. We could be better, but it's okay. We'll take it.
That's okay. You're here now. Yeah,
Let's take
I
a
have
pause
to
on this. I
ask.
think we might have audio. Might want to take a pause on this. Oh, it is fixed. Oh,
Audio is fixed. Look at that. All right. Yeah, so I mean, I have to ask, like, 'cause since you brought up Nuke, I mean, you had 11 rounds after they posted 5. You posted 11 back in a row. What was the mentality like going into overtime and then coming out with 0 rounds, unfortunately?
I think we kind of got in our own heads, and honestly, when we started rolling them up on early on our T side, we were okay. And then once Green got the op, he put on a fucking clinic. So we kept trying to run away from him. Sabrina, I will say, did a good job holding ramp. Shout out to them. They did shit on us pretty bad. That's kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie. But besides that, we turned it around in map 2. Obviously, it was close, but we still won. And then map 3, we've been practicing Anubis for the whole season. Frog really opened our eyes when they beat us in week 7 or something. They exposed us, so we really worked on it and worked on our defense, and it showed.
Certainly so. And I mean, yeah, 7 rounds on the CT side of Anubis, which I believe is the more difficult side of Anubis. So, I mean, just absolutely shutting him out. But I have to ask, just bringing it back to Ancient, only 4 rounds for CT side for you. What was the mentality to bring it back on T side? I mean, was it just like, yo, you know what? We've been banging out T sides all this time. Let's just like go for it. Let's just be aggressive as possible. Let's do what we need to do. What was the solution for your T side on Ancient?
All right, so I play paintball, right? And when you go down like that, it's called 1 round at a time. You just take it 1 round. No, seriously, it's 1 round. You win 1, then you win 2, you win 3, and you just snowball them. That's the honest truth. You can't like worry about 5 rounds from now. You just gotta, play it 1 at a time.
Yeah.
Just
I
keep
mean,
on keeping on. Yeah, Nexus, T
yeah. I
Noodles,
mean,
care to chime in?
it was definitely a game to watch for sure. There were definitely a couple of rounds that I noticed that would have at least that tilted me internally. Where a round that you should have won, that should have, whether it was on Nuke or on Anubis, it was a round where I'm like, how'd you guys lose? No freaking
GG JPC.
and
What?
we
What?
are gonna need to
And he
fix
just
that up
got
here.
muted. Congratulations.
There you go. All right,
How to get
continue,
how to
Nick.
get
settings,
muted
but
speed run.
but I mean, a quick question here though, JPC. I'm looking over here. I mean, like you guys have pretty much identical map pools. Ancient Anubis, Dust to Inferno, and Nuke. Obviously with different win rates, but I think Inferno would have been a really good one to see. I don't remember off the top of my head, but if Inferno was up for picking, how come you opted to choose Ancient over Inferno? Whereas you have a 100% win rate, whereas HEL has 57% win rate.
All right, so I would rather play them on Ancient. They're not that good on it, honestly, and it showed. Their B site is very weak, and we exploited that a lot. And how they play their Ancient, they take Scroobian out of the game. They put him on A by himself, so he has 0 impact 90% of the time, especially with coordinated B hits. So that's why we opted to do it.
Nice. I mean, was your game plan specifically around Scrubin, or was it just an unfortunate or a fortunate byproduct of this? Is this is how they play around Scrub. We'll play around their game plan and force them to play our game, and it just happened to be a coincidence. Was it for Scrubian, or was it for the entire team as a whole?
I have a spreadsheet where I watched 12 of their games and I knew exactly how they play. That's just true. So I knew everywhere they played, how they played. Nuke, I watched. I mean, I kind of fumbled when we were up 11 to 5. Like I said, that we should have ended it there. Should have been a 2-zip, send them home. Yeah.
I mean,
T-Noodle?
T-Noodle, do you have anything to add?
I mean, no, not really about the game, but I mean, this you got to be feeling great after that game. These are the moments that you love. This is what CSC is all about. You meet these 5 people, you get to know these 5 people, and you play with them for a matter of weeks. And I'm really glad for you and your team, you and your GM, that you get to share this moment. And it's really something. I mean, it's a beer league. We all say it's a beer league, but this is something that we pour a lot of time into. And I think I know I appreciate still when I won almost like 3 years ago. And I think that's something that you're going to carry with you. You and the boys are going to carry with you for a long time. So congratulations, man.
Thank you. I will say I played like a bot the entire season. I think I had a 0.89 rating, and I don't even know what I had in playoffs. It was over like a 1.2, something like that.
A win's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I decided to actually remember how to play CS for playoffs, which was nice. Thank God. Oh, my trophy appeared.
Yep,
All right,
I was just about to say.
I'm retiring. Good night. No, I'm kidding.
There it is. Well, Nexus T Noodle, any last questions? If not, JPC, you got any last words for us?
The people that know, I stood on business, and you know why. Keep typing in Tender chat. And
Yeah.
if you really want to leak it, I would love for you to do that. Please go for it. Good night, everyone.
There it is. Says go for it. Good night, everyone. Dips out JPC with his trophy. Of course, congratulations to the rest of H4K. Condolences to HEL. But we have to say thank you for making it such a banging series. 3 maps. We always like to see it. Nexus T Noodle, thank you so much for a great cast here tonight and joining me on the analyst desk. Shout out to Cameron King and Amaryllis, observer and producer for tonight. Both of you, we thank you very much. As season 14 comes to a close, we also want to say a special thank you to everyone who's on the written, visual, stream media, all the admins, mods, transaction managers, numbers, tech, stats committee, GMs, AGMs, captains, players, all the other supporters who made this season possible. You are awesome. Thank you for joining us. If you're new, join us for season 15, csconfederation.com. Join the Discord, stack for some pugs, meet people in the community, all of that cool stuff. There's lots of Counter-Strike to be played, especially as season 15 rolls around. We would love to have you. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.
Good night.